束された未来なんてさどこにもないその手で選んだものが全て答えを紡いでいく悔やんでも時は止まらないさ二度と来ないこの瞬間今だけ Don't give up Just do it 明日をつかめ Don't give it up Alright Just do it 明日をつかめ
Hello, we are live. It's been like 8 months since I streamed on my channel. I'm very good at using this Twitch channel.
I mean, not any worse than I am using mine.
I make more appearances on the NWR Twitch, as do you.
I mean, 1 versus 0. So yeah, I guess I do make more appearances there than I do on my own.
So yeah, here we are. I have not told you what we're doing.
No, this is always ominous.
Okay. Do you want the good news or the bad news?
Oh, crap. All right, hit me with the bad news.
The bad news is it's a much bigger journey than ranking. The good news is it should actually go faster, and we obviously don't need to complete it tonight. I told Neil about this, and he got so mad that he wasn't going to be here for this, so I might have to run this with him separately.
Oh, fuck.
Because this
All
is
right.
so his shit. Are you ready to find out what we're doing?
No.
Well, then I'm just going to sit here and we're going to wait.
I don't think I have a choice in the matter, though, so let's just do it.
All right. I have made a tournament bracket of every single Nintendo employee who has directed a video game.
Oh my god.
And we are going to determine the best video game director at Nintendo.
Oh god.
So,
This is going to come down to like, okay, what shit did they direct?
Yes, exactly. So, everyone has their gamography. I have written down everyone's gamography so that we have everything in front of us. Some ground rules. Number 1, they have to be on this list because I had to make some quick decisions. To get onto this list, they had to be a Nintendo employee. As in, Masahiro Sakurai was never he has never been employed by Nintendo. He does not make this list. People at Game Freak or Intelligent Systems or HAL Laboratories do not make this list unless they have had a stint at Nintendo or a Nintendo subsidiary.
All right, so let's go with a really pointed example.
Yes.
Fujibayashi. The first Zelda game directed was while at Capcom.
Yes. So, the asterisk there is every Nintendo published game that they directed counts as long as they have been a Nintendo employee.
Even if they weren't at the time.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I had to find some rule. I had to find, and this creates some really bizarre and interesting scenarios. So, I will say, I hit random on the seating,
Oh, good.
And then I took 2 people that did not get a bye in the first round, Miyamoto and one other, I believe Aonuma, and I just gave them a bye because I did not want them to just destroy someone in the first round.
Well, I mean, the other bad scenario would have been if they got seeded against each other in the first round. It's like, oh, but well, that's fucked up right there.
Well, it's double elimination.
Oh, okay.
So
it can take twice as long.
Being seeded up front in the first round shouldn't have that much of a negative impact. Because we are here to try to find the true best director. Also, very crucially, for a lot of people in the Twitch chat, I know James knows this, Twitch chat might not, this does not count producers. If they produce the title, it doesn't fucking count, and it doesn't fucking matter.
Okay.
So, Miyamoto has a very different list than what it might be in your head.
Outrageous is the right word, yes.
Oh, another thing. I had to clarify because of Nintendo's batshit crediting standards. Here's some other edge cases. Game has multiple listed directors. Both of them get it on their gameography.
Okay.
Director, lead director, and chief director, and senior director and executive director all count as director.
I love that you can have like 9 tiers of director.
All of those count. Obviously, like producer, executive producer, none of that counts. Program director, or art director, or sound director do not count at all.
Right, you're not the director. You direct a portion.
Yes, you are a department head. Is essentially what that is. So, just in case. All right.
It's like being the lead, but they wanted to pay you more money.
Yes. All right. Here's our first round. Takeshi Ando, Mario Kart Super Circuit Face Training versus Shohei Mizutani, Nintendo Badge Arcade. And when I say that is their gameography, I truly mean those are the only things these people have ever directed.
So the question I have,
yes,
and it's not relevant to this, but with these two, I'm very curious. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of time between Super Circuit and Face Training. What did Mr. Ando do in the interim?
I mean, I can quickly pull that answer up for you, but
I'm just curious.
Yeah,
I'm just curious.
I mean, yes. Okay, here's what I will do. I
don't think I'm gonna ask it that much, but like,
yes.
This is such a big. This is like a 10-year gap.
Okay. They between Super Circuit, they did a bunch of graphic design and game design on the WarioWare games. And then they did Face Training 6 years later, because these are 6 years apart. And then they've been assistant director on a bunch of things, technical director, technical art lead, planning, technical art collision lead, etc.
All over the place.
Yes.
Okay. Badge Arcade is kind of wild as a product.
Yep.
It was weirdly compelling. Although I doubt it made money.
Oh, it made a lot of money.
Did it really?
Yeah.
I actually think that I would go with Mizutani here.
Yeah, makes sense. Submit scores.
Just because it was so outside of what Nintendo had any experience doing.
Yep. All right, next up, we've got Tomoaki Yoshinobu, Big Brain Academy and Big Brain Academy Wii degree, versus Makoto Wada, Star Tropics 2, Pilot Wing 64, Mario Kart DS.
All right, this one's not fair. This one's not fair.
Just one of the best selling.
Yeah.
All right, we're just gonna give it to Wada and move on.
Also another big ass gap here between like my projects I directed.
Oh yeah.
Although Star Tropics 2 is so late in the in the NES, you're getting into like mid Super Nintendo lifespan.
Yes. No. I mean, the thing about a lot of Nintendo directors is that once you're a director, you do not inherently stay a director at all. That is not how Nintendo treats its employees. So that's why you're going to get a lot of very huge gaps in almost every single person's.
Okay, yeah, I think Mario Kart DS here is doing a lot of heavy lifting.
Sure is. We're going to mark that one. And,
Nintendo's first online game?
No. Well,
No?
I mean, Double Dash-ish. If LAN, it's...
Yeah, I mean, like, truly online. Like,
yes, I believe that is Mario Kart. It's not the first on DS, but it's the first one that Nintendo put out.
So as we said, the seeds are random.
Oh, wait, the seeds are completely random. I put everyone in alphabetical order and then told this website to randomize it from there. All right, we've got Nobuo Matsumiya, who did Daigasso Band Brothers 1, versus Hiroshi Matsunaga, that fuck that did Wii Fit Plus, Wii Fit U, and Ring Fit Adventure, and those are his only directorial games.
I'm gonna take a shot in the dark.
Does it involve
here.
fitness?
Yeah. Do you believe that Matsunaga has a gym membership?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm thinking Matsunaga is what we call a 6-timer, which is they're in the gym 6 days a week.
Oh yeah.
Because somebody was making a statement with the assignments they were giving.
I have seen a picture of this man, and he is buff.
So somebody was making a value judgment.
He is a very swole, like 65-year-old Japanese businessman.
Yeah, he might even be a 7-timer. Like no rest days. Rest days are for the week. Daigasso Band Brothers is really neat.
Yes, there's a lot of people have directed a game in that franchise, it turns out. I think the first game had like 3 directors. So this is one of the 3 directors of that first game.
Like, it has to go to Matsunaga.
Yes.
But I did want Band Brothers to get recognition for being a really neat product. I will say that when you write music in it, though, it's got a really limited palette.
This is such a fucked up... How did it not randomize this more? All right, get ready. Masao Yamamoto, Metroid Battle Clash, Yoshi's Cookie, Tetris 2, Mario's Tennis, Panel Tetris Attack, versus Hitoshi Yamagami, Yoshi's Cookie, Tetris 2, Mario's Tennis, Panel Game & Watch Gallery 1-4, Balloon Fight GB, Dr. Mario 64, Starfy 1, and Wario World. AKA, they both co-directed half of those games.
What the fuck?
How did that not get read?
So it's really just a question of how do you feel about Mario 64 and Wario World?
Dr. Mario 64 and Wario World, Starfy and Balloon Fight GB, and Game & Watch Gallery 1-4 versus Battle Clash, Tetris Attack, and Metroid 1.
I mean, yeah. I don't like Metroid 1, to be honest. I mean, I respect what it was doing. Battle Clash is what it is.
I love the idea of I directed like 12 games and then my last assignment was Wario World and then I got told, no, we don't need you as a director anymore.
Tetris 2.
Yeah, they both directed Tetris 2.
Yeah, it's just like, what the fuck are these resumes? What? How did these fucks get into just falling objects for 12 years of their lives?
Great question, but they did it together. Yamamoto and Yamagami.
For 12 years, these two were work spouses watching things fall from the ceiling.
How did they get seated against each other?
And like when Yamagami got freed from this prison, what was the immediate response? Oh God, thank you. I get to do something else. Game & Watch, Balloon Fight. Okay, sure. Dr. Mario, fuck, I'm back.
Yep. And then Starfy 1, okay. Wario World, oh shit, a 3D game. Oh, I'm done.
It is like watching Billy and Jimmy fight. You nailed it. I don't feel like Yamamoto's the creative lead on Metroid, though. I feel like that came from...
No, he was the director, but not
I run the business part,
yes,
basically.
He was not the creative on that.
Yeah. So I guess I actually gonna go with Yamagami here, and I'm gonna justify myself. I don't like the Game and Watch Gallery games, although I ended up possessing a couple of them.
I respect them more than I like them.
However, the sheer mechanical efficiency at them producing those things on an annualized basis.
Yes.
With, I'm going to guess, a staff of like 4 people and an intern.
4 people sounds right. All right. Are you
like it speaks to his director skill.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. All right. Next one up. Shinya Hiratake, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, versus Noriko Kitamura, Daigasso Band Brothers, English Training, Practice English, Jam with the Band, Band Brothers DX Radio for DSiWare, and the Brain Age Concentration Training. Hello, Melanie. James is doing a bracket challenge to rate every person at Nintendo who's ever directed a video game.
Did Kitamura get chained to a desk and they're like, you will jam with the band forever?
You will jam.
What happened?
Did not do the 3DS jam with the band.
No, because the suffering had ended.
Was too busy doing Brain Age Concentration Training, but he did get a break to do English Training and practice English.
I would love to find out that Kitamura's English is fucking terrible. That would be awesome.
There are so many people that I saw where like half their fucking resume. We'll get there. Half their fucking resume is like English training software.
God.
Because Nintendo has put out like 30 pieces of English software. How is it seeded? Completely random, and then I took Aonuma and Miyamoto and made sure that they got a bye for the first round. Because it auto-seeded them into the first round. That was it. That's the entirety of the seeding.
So, all right, so what was the turnaround time for Treasure Tracker from 3D World to Treasure Tracker?
It was announced 7 months after 3D World came out, and then it launched a total of 11 months after 3D World.
I think that does it for me. Like the turnaround time on that project was
that's
immense.
Their only directorial duty, and by God that they knock it out of the park.
They directed the shit out of that project.
All right, next up we've got Hideaki Shimizu, Flipnote Studio.
That's Flipnote, yeah.
Flipnote Studio 3D versus Kentaro Nishimura, Nintendo Puzzle Collection, Fire Emblem Blazing Blade, Advance Wars 2, Fire Emblem Sacred Stones, and Advance Wars DS.
I think you could just go ahead and mark this one.
Okay. Flipnoted it. No.
The funny thing is, I actually knew Shimizu was Flipnote Studio, and I don't know why.
Hell yeah, you did. All right.
I wonder if I met them at something, and that's why the name stuck.
Brain Age Concentration Training and Miitopia versus Seita Inoue, the Splatoon 3 DLC only.
No, somebody who managed to get Miitopia from an idea to an actual product that Nintendo would publish. And not just publish. So, those of you who don't remember, I was in Japan right before that came out.
Before they were saying what it was. Yes.
In fact, that was the first time I had any idea what it was a video display in a Den Town video game store where they were running an ad for it on loop. It was the only thing playing on this TV. On loop, the ad was 21 seconds long. I timed it, and it just looped forever. But there was like 3 seconds of gameplay. But so this was also right around the time that Pokemon Sun and Moon was coming out.
Or had just
And so every single Yamanote line station, which is the train loop that goes around the perimeter of Tokyo. Every single Yamanote line station had either a giant Sun and Moon ad on the wall or a fucking Miitopia ad on the wall. And I mean every other. It alternated, which is psychotic because nobody knew what Miitopia was because Nintendo wouldn't tell us. Imagine running that project.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, no, that Ito, congratulations. You pulled off. I'm going to call it a scam because I don't think the English language has a word for what you did.
Okay, we have Aya Kyogoku. Oh, this is ridiculously unfair. Aya Kyogoku,
Okay.
Animal Crossing
no.
New Leaf, Animal Crossing Plaza, and Animal Crossing New Horizons versus Chris Polney in Seattle, who is the director of F-Zero 99.
I respect F-Zero 99. However,
I'm so sorry,
Uh,
Chris. You got fucking destroyed in your seating versus one of the best directors in Nintendo history.
it's beyond the capacity as a director, just the sheer cash.
Yeah. Oh, there's like 4 or 5 people here that are like, you are probably just by virtue of money in versus money out, one of Nintendo's all-time most effective financial hires ever. Like Aya Kyogoku is one of them. We'll get to a few others.
Yeah. Yes, that's fine. So I'm gonna say this wasn't to put down Miitopia. This was just that Nintendo's marketing strategy at the time was no, we won't tell you what the game is.
Yes. All right. Koichi Kawamoto, Brain Age 1, 2, the Forecast News and Photo channel for the Wii, Touch Solitaire, which had no graphics other than cards, Mii Maker on 3DS, AR Games, and the Street Pass Mii Plaza versus Yuji Kondo, Pikmin 3, Pikmin 3 Deluxe, and Pikmin 4.
Fuck that! I'm going with the Touch Solitaire.
You sure?
No, I have to go Pikmin 4. It fucking pisses me off.
All right, Pikmin 4 it is.
Like, I actually don't like Pikmin 3 very much, but I actually do respect the person who just like make the Wii into a thing that we could pretend is a TV tool.
Yes. All right. Here we have Kaori Ando, Sparkle Snapshots, Through Space, Fossil Fighters Frontier, Tokyo Mirage Sessions, Sushi Striker, and Astral Chain versus Yoichi Oshima, Rakubiki G10DS, English Training, and Practice English. If you're wondering what Rakubiki G10DS is, it's an English to Japanese dictionary book for your DS.
Sure is. I respect the trends here. One person is very interested in making sure you know English. The other person is very interested in blowing tremendous amounts of Nintendo's money.
Yeah. Well,
just absolutely burying money in the desert.
Through Space with Sparkle Snapshots had a budget of like $10.
Okay. But then because I can tell you right now, I played Fossil Fighters Frontier.
Yeah.
I got that as a review copy.
Yeah.
That game had a budget.
That game was expensive.
Completely unnecessary budget because kids like dinosaurs. I don't care if the game's good.
Yeah, no, those back 4 games, really high budget relative to what they needed to be.
Yep, and then Tokyo Mirage Session Sharp FE is a comedy of errors. Sushi Striker is an amazing, we'll put it on Switch and 3DS. That'll definitely make sure it's successful. Absolutely not. And then fucking Astral Chain might be the most successful thing on this. Which is not saying a lot.
Yeah.
I mean,
Fossil Fighters got 4 games though.
It did. Technically speaking, Ando directorial works are very good.
Yes.
But from a make money standpoint,
I don't know. Neither of these have made money for Nintendo.
Yeah, but the bar is so much lower for English training practice.
No, those are 2 different games.
Oh, okay.
English Training and Practice English are 2 different pieces of... they have produced, I think, 3 pieces of software, all dedicated to making sure that if you are in Japan, you can learn English.
Not that there aren't ample other ways to learn English in Japan.
No, but yeah, 3 distinct pieces of software, all for the DS.
DS was a nightmare. All right, Ando-san gets this one.
All right, give it to Ando. Next up, we've got Goro Abe. Every single game in the entire WarioWare franchise except for the first game versus Mark Piscini, Metroid Prime 2, Metroid Prime 3.
Fuck. This is actually remarkably hard.
Yes. Why can't we pair them against English Training?
The worst Metroid Prime and the best Metroid Prime in that order. Versus WarioWare, with the exception of the second best WarioWare game.
Yes, they have... Actually, no, I think this excludes Snapped.
Okay. All right.
Because someone else directed Snapped.
All right, good. So they also dodged the worst WarioWare.
They dodged
game.
the one that didn't work. We're not counting Hunters. What? Neither
No,
of these
I
directed Metroid Prime Hunters.
Because I said the worst and the
Oh.
best respectively. I stand by that statement.
You and Melanie have exact opposite opinions, and I know which one I agree with more.
Just holding out the delete. There we go. Metroid Prime 2 is terrible because it has my asthma in it. I also have the microphone, therefore I am right. We're going with WarioWare.
WarioWare it is. Sorry, Mark.
I have the loudest voice and therefore am the most correct.
We are dangerously close to running out of people from the West.
Well, you told me it was double elimination.
I know, but in the first bracket.
Oh, okay, all right.
We are-
Well, because Nintendo puts a Japanese person over games being developed in Texas.
Yes, absolutely.
Because they don't trust anyone.
Yeah, there's not no one at Retro directed the Donkey Kong Country games.
No.
Okay. Yasuyuki Oyagi, Mario Kart Double Dash, Mario Kart DS, Mario Kart Wii, and Nintendogs plus Cats. We are doing double elimination. Versus Tomoko Nakayama, Kettle's Corridors, Dr. Luigi, Buddy Mission Bond.
God! This is a massacre.
What a treat.
This is the most one-sided one yet. Yeah, you can just go ahead and put the vote on there.
Bracket reset in grand finals. Let's see it. No, the grand finals is not a bracket reset option because that doesn't actually work for one person makes a decision. Takehiko Hosokawa, Mario Land 2, Wario Land 1, 2, and 3, Other M, We Play Motion, Me Force, Flower Town, Warrior's Way, and Monster Manor, and Metroid Samus Returns, versus Bryce Holiday, Luigi's Mansion 2 and 3.
Hosokawa's resume is insane.
Hosokawa, his first job, lead game designer of Metroid 2. Most recent directorial work, Metroid 2 Remake.
Like, this is just a deranged resume. Because it's like, all right, Mario Land 2, okay, sure. All right, Wario Lands 1 through 3, okay, great. Other M, okay. We Play Motion, what? All right, sure, whatever.
4 things
and
on
then,
Street Pass Me Plaza.
Yeah, here's a bunch of me stuff.
And then,
We just need this done.
And then Samus Returns because he was free and had the connection to Metroid 2.
Right. He was available. And then
Bryce
Holiday, who produced directed 2 really good games.
Oh yeah.
Luigi's Mansion 3 is shockingly good.
But
and
Bryce Holiday, those 2 games probably made more money than everything in Hosokawa's resume there combined.
3 might have made more money than everything.
That's what I'm saying.
3 is nuts. I'm gonna go with the Luigi's Mansion duology here. Not so much for the first game, but the second game. But 3. There's a lot going on in 3 that, like, just in terms of technical production, artistic value, the writing, the comedy, the video production, that like there was some herding cats going on for that one.
The Canadian makes it to the second.
There we go.
All right, Masamichi Abe, 1080 Snowboarding, Pikmin 1, Pikmin 2, and Metroid Prime Hunters versus Takashi Tezuka.
I wonder where this is gonna go.
Mario 3, A Link to the Past, A Link's Awakening, Mario All-Stars, Yoshi's Island, and then an enormous gap, and then Super Mario Run.
I like that Tezuka just like decided to go do whatever it was he wants to do, and then
like
suddenly it's like
200 games between Yoshi's Island and Mario Run that he's credited on, but as a director, it goes Yoshi's Island, Mario Run, aka Super Mario World 3: Run.
I like that he implied at an E3 event that like his job was to show up at these things and just hang out.
He collects credits just by breathing.
My job was to come to this event that we're at.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Tezuka.
Weird.
Yeah, I'm just This guy that I think he's got something.
All right, we've got Toshiaki Suzuki, BS Mario USA, Mario Deluxe, Kirby Tilt and Tumble, Mario Advance, Four Swords Adventures, a whole bunch of bullshit, which meant I didn't want to write it out, but I can read you the full list if you want. Face Raiders, and Wii Street U versus Daisuke Sugimura, Snorlax's Lunchtime, which, to be clear, is a Pokemon minigame that was developed exclusively for play within Pokemon Channel and is the only new gameplay experience in Pokemon Channel. He did not work on Pokemon Channel, he directed Snorlax's Lunchtime specifically. Nintendo 3DS Guide Louvre, NES Remix 1, NES Remix 2, NES Remix 1 plus 2 pack, and Ultimate NES Remix. This
man has a textbook resume of, hey, he's available.
He is so available.
I'm gonna say Suzuki because of the sheer amount of just like there's just a certain amount, like the director's job in game production more than in like film and stuff is really about like get this shit out.
Here's a list of games that he directed that I wrote as BS. Kanji Sonomama Rakubiki Jiten DS.
Nice.
Otana no Joshiki Ryoko Training DS. Mina no Joshiki Ryoko TV. New English Training Learn with Tempo. Meikyo Kokogu Rakubiki Jiten. Genius Personal. Those are the things that I just wrote as a whole bunch of BS.
Well, the funny thing is, he also worked on BS Mario USA, which is not BS. That is the oh crap, what is that thing called?
Broadcast Satellite.
Yes.
The Satellaview is what you're specifically looking for, but BS means Broadcast Satellite.
This man had to make a Satellaview port.
Kentaro Tominaga, The Breath of the Wild DLC, versus Masataka Takemoto, New Super Mario Bros. U, New Super Luigi U, and Good Job.
How the fuck did Takemoto go from New Super Mario Brothers to Good Job?
I have no
What the fuck did that happen? Like, where was Good Job made?
Good Job was made in Japan.
Okay, all right, well, that's good.
Good Job was just some randos at Nintendo were like, hey, those physicsy things on Steam seem like they're doing good.
Like, who was like, you know what? Put the director of New Super Mario Brothers on Good Job. This game sold well on Wii U.
Yes, Good Job was first party.
How the fuck did Takemoto piss someone off that bad?
Let me find out what he did between those, because obviously, again, we're only looking at the directorial credits. Okay, Takemoto. He also worked on Animal Crossing New Leaf, the Welcome Amiibo update, which did not get its own bespoke credit, so we don't know his role. He did level design on Yoshi's Crafted World, and then, he directed Good Job.
What the fuck is that resume? All right, so the lesson I'm taking from this is no one ever gets promoted at Nintendo. Again, everyone is just in this general milieu of position.
That's what I'm saying, is unless you're an executive, if you direct a game, that doesn't mean, no matter how well it did, that does not mean you are guaranteed to ever direct another game ever again.
It just feels like they draw names out of a hat. Congratulations, you're directing cooking. Cook It Now.
It's basically
America's Test Kitchen.
It's basically who wanted to pull the team together.
That's got some dark Capcom energy to it, where they talk about the reason games don't get sequels at Capcom because no one wants to put their name on it. I don't want to put my name on the next Street Fighter. I saw how that went last time.
Yes. I'm so sorry. You're on English training. Yeah, some of these are clearly assignments also.
I want them to assign English training to someone with a really poor grasp of English.
They would probably do that because they would be like, learn English and then make that into a game. They would probably actually want you to start from a pretty poor place.
God, because
that's how they value their employees.
I could say from firsthand that now Miyamoto's never going to be asked to make an English training game. His grasp of English is okay. Onuma's is significantly more developed, I would say is the right word for it. He's just naturally goofier, so it doesn't always make sense. But like, I just imagine like Tezuka doesn't seem to have much of a grasp of English. They're just like, hey, go learn English now, most experienced director, and go make us a DS English game, and he'd be like, yeah, sure, that makes sense.
All right,
I'm on it.
Is it the Breath of the Wild expansion pass, or is it
it's
Mario and Good Job?
It's Mario and Good Job.
Okay. Next up, we've got Fumi Hayashi, Metroid Dread, versus Yasuyuki Hone, Baten Kaitos Origins. Now,
oh God,
he did direct the first Baten Kaitos, which was not Nintendo published.
Okay.
So we are not counting that. The only game that
Nintendo financed, but not published.
Yes. Nintendo published Baten Kaitos Origins.
They did.
And therefore, it is the only game that counts for this. Metroid Dread or Baten Kaitos Origins.
Did they call it Baten Kaitos 2 in Japan? I feel like they did.
Probably.
Which is so stupid. Because it takes place 100 years before the first game.
Yeah, well.
Huh. I feel like Dread came together reasonably well.
Yep.
All things considered. So I'm going to give that to the although Hone got Baten Kaitos Origins out while the GameCube was dying.
Yes.
Both of these
Hone
people
still works at Monolith, just there's fewer games that need directors because there's a lot of directors at Monolith that are quite good.
Yeah, like you still hear his name come up in conversations. Yeah, I'll go with Dread here, but I think this is probably fair because I think both of them had to deal with unique challenges of where their platform was at that time.
All right, I got sick of writing this one out. Satoru Okada.
Somebody loves the light gun!
Wild Gunman, Duck Hunt, Hogan's Alley, Balloon Fight, Wrecking Crew, Stack Up, Gyromite, and Rob as part of that. Metroid, Kid Icarus, Famicom Detective Club 1 and 2, Famicom Wars, Super Mario Land, Tetris, Alleyway, and Kicks versus Giles Goddard, Rock and Roll Climber.
All right, so look, I know what you're saying. Motherfucker has Alleyway, Tetris, and Kicks.
Yes.
Which is insane.
Okay. I love
has the entirety of the light gun except for Barker Bill's trick shooting.
Yes.
And
Metroid
and also had to produce a fucking plastic robot to sell a game console.
Yes. Versus a man who was not at Nintendo when Rock and Roll Climber came out, but he was a Nintendo employee. Period. Separately, he directed Rock and Roll Climber, a Nintendo-published game.
Conversely, Rock and Roll Climber gave us one of the weirdest stage moments I can recall.
I'm just saying,
and also a game that doesn't make any sense.
I'm just saying that Giles Goddard is the weirdest edge case of all of my self-imposed rules about who is and isn't eligible, where I pondered over this for like 5 minutes. I was like, I guess he's eligible.
Yeah, like Okada wins this easily, but also this
Okada sweep.
That is an absolutely over the top resume. Also, those games came out like back to back to back to back.
Oh, multiple of them in the same year. Yes. Yeah. No. He had been at Nintendo for like 20 years before they got into video games. He's like a lifer.
I see Mario Party 6 through 10. We Party U.
We've got
Mario Party.
Kazunobu Shimizu. Everything
I would
racing.
like to negative vote for Nishia, please.
Famicom Grand Prix F1 Race, F-Zero, Top Rank Tennis, Snoopy Concert, the Game Boy Color version of Star Wars Episode 1 Racer, which was internally developed at Nintendo.
I had it. It had a Rumble Pack. I think it might have been the first Game Boy Color Rumble Pack game.
F-Zero Maximum Velocity and Slide Adventure Mag Kid versus, shit ton of stuff at Mario Party. Here's the thing. One, there's a bigger criminal about Mario Party coming up. And two, and more relevantly, yes, unfortunately, all the people that made those Mario Party games at Hudson ended up shifting over to ND Cube, and
Right.
which makes them Nintendo employees, which makes them all eligible.
ND Cube, the rescue raft Nintendo created for Hudson employees.
Yes. Can I give a -1? Yes, I can. I don't have to give Shimizu any points because
No, I'm okay with like if we're just talking about directing.
yeah.
Like both of these people directed the fuck out of stuff. Like
Oh yeah.
it's like okay, all right. So GX made a good point here. Remember us talking about Nintendo employees moving around? These two don't.
No, one of them just does racing constantly. That's the only thing they work on. And Nishia does all the partying games that Melanie doesn't like.
There's so much partying. I mean, I kind of have to give it to Nishia because like the sheer fucking machinery. Like this isn't a statement about the quality of these games. This is about the absolute machine.
Oh, don't worry, because these are every single one of these is a co-direction. So get ready for there is one director that has directed
this is like 9 games
Mario.
in like what 12 years?
Yeah, there's one director coming up who has directed every single Mario Party period. Since the first, every single one.
Oh my god.
All right. So Mario Party wins.
I guess, yeah. Not with no happiness.
All right, here it is. Kenji Kikuchi, Mario Party 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, Advanced DS, Wii Party U, Mario Party Island Tour versus Bowser's Inside Story and Dream Team.
Please give that man something new to do, a new hobby.
He hasn't directed a game since Island Tour. He's moved up to supervision after Mario Party Island Tour.
Well, he's not doing a very good job of it because they keep making them. Can we get this man a hobby like, I don't know, drinking?
No,
something destructive?
Drinking is what led to Mario Party, so... Yeah, I have some words for Mr. Kikuchi.
Like, the problem is that, like, Bowser's Inside Story, okay, that's a pretty good game, but, like, the director, not the creative lead. Dream Team is fine. Again, director, not the creative lead. This motherfucker, Kikuchi's a machine! Because we're talking about director and not about game quality.
My motherfucker directed like 15 games in 12 years.
Yeah, like this is like self-destructive behavior. Think about how many hundreds of turns of Mario Party this man has played.
No, it's probably in like the tens of thousands.
This person has seen Bowser Revolution more times than you can count.
Yep. I'm gonna give it to Kikuchi.
This is miserable. I hate this.
Alright. Hiroji Kiyotake, Metroid 2, Mario Land 2, Wario Land, and Virtual Boy Wario Land. He was involved with Everybody 1-2 Switch, but that game, no one is credited as in their roles because everyone is a coward. Tadashi Sugiyama, Pilot Wings, SimCity, Super Mario Kart, F-Zero X.
This is an interesting combination here. Like, Sugiyama's career is very centralized in a time window.
F-Zero X is a little bit out of that time window, but like not drastically.
No.
Kiyotake is making a lot of sequels and then suddenly got stuck making the only good game for the Virtual Boy.
Yeah, that gets it, by the way, because Virtual Boy Wario Land is not just a good game that happens to be on Virtual Boy. It is a good Virtual Boy. Yes.
It's the only one.
I don't know. The boxing game's okay. Tellero Boxer?
Tellero Boxer is fine. It's not good. Jack Bros is fine, but not good. Mario Tennis is fine, but not good. VB Wario Land is good.
Okay. I might give Tellero Boxer just, like, good enough to be... okay, that's pretty good. It's fun. I had fun with it. Like, it's
I can
Mario
have fun
Tennis.
with Waterworld. Like...
Waterworld the game is better than Waterworld the movie.
Low bar. All right.
It is, but it's
Kiyotake?
true. Yeah. How many times does that happen though? That the game is better than the movie? That's almost never happens.
X-Men Origins Wolverine is the premier example in my mind. All right. Keizo Ota, Wii Sports Club. Hisashi Nogami, Animal Crossing GameCube, Animal Crossing Wild World, the Me
Oh my
Channel,
God.
Animal Crossing City Folk, and the Wara
Oh
Wara
my
Plaza.
God. What the fuck? How do you even compare these two? One of these motherfuckers made Wii Sports.
Yeah, and the Wii Sports where you lease the games for 24 hours, and the
All
other
right,
one made Animal Crossing and Mii's.
Yeah, like the fuck.
You don't get Wii Sports without Me Channel.
I mean, that's true. But I'm not
He directed
doing
Animal Crossing and the GameCube port, which are the same game, Animal Crossing Wild World and City Folk, which are the same game, and Me Channel and Wara Wara Plaza, which are very similar. He has directed 3 times, but my God, he directed each of them twice.
Nogami. No, I mean, honestly, that's director magic right there. If you can repackage the same game as a new game,
He's an expert. He has done that three separate times.
that's directing the fuck out of a situation. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give it to Nogami then.
That is a hilarious lineup. All right, and then the last thing in the first round.
For the sheer temerity of it, really.
If only he directed Animal Crossing Clock and Animal Crossing Calculator. Unfortunately, those are also apps where everyone refused to put their name on it, so I can't assign someone for their crime. We have Isao Moro, Animal Crossing New Leaf and Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer versus
Happy House Arrest.
Masami Yone, Rhythm Heaven Megamix. This is the only Rhythm Heaven director at Nintendo because it was all Sunko
Right.
till Megamix.
I'm gonna give Megamix the leg up here because what was going on with that franchise at that moment in time. Speak which, I haven't heard an update on Sunko in a while.
He has recovered, but he never got his voice fully back.
Yeah, that was what I was afraid of.
His career is pretty much a little bit paused. I think he's just coaching his daughter, but he is healthy.
Well, that's good.
Like, not at risk of death from it, which is, all right.
It was pretty rough there.
Yes.
Coming in as the director, because that was going on at that time. So coming in as the director there with his team, because it was his team.
Yes.
Would have been
stepping in to try and get this game made, get this game out the door because they saw the need. They saw
Yeah. While his team is probably not all there.
Yes.
To say the least. Yeah.
All right.
No, that's actually where a director is valuable.
Yes. Next matchup, again, some of these
fucking Jump Rope got a bye.
Most of these are going to include at least one that had gotten a bye. Shinji Okane, who has only ever directed Jump Rope Challenge, versus Shohei Mizutani, who directed Nintendo Badge Arcade. One of these motherfuckers is making it to round 3.
This is fucked up. Give it to the Badge Arcade, because Jump Rope Challenges was
we
like
eliminated one of the directors of Wii Sports.
Actually, you know
already.
what? No, wait, hold on. Jump Rope Challenge was the game where they made it to try to learn how to work remote, right?
Yes.
Honestly,
that was there to trial work from home.
That's a directorial thing. Like
yes.
I give it to him. Like, helped lay out, because I could say this because I actually was the only person on, not even in my team, in my vertical, who was doing remote work days.
Yes.
When that hit, and a big portion of my job became teaching my devs how to work remote. You would think, what do you got to do about that? There's actually a lot to it that's different.
We've got a double buy on this one, so it's 2 new directors.
Oh, fuck. It's Cuthbert and Kono.
Yeah, Dylan Cuthbert. DigiDrive, both art style and bit generations. Star Fox Command, Trajectile, Starship Defense, Escape, and Star Fox 64 3D. Versus Hideki Kono, Ice Hockey, SimCity, Super Mario Kart, Yoshi's Island, Mario Kart 64, Luigi's Mansion 1. You cannot take anything from Cuthbert that is not on that list.
No. But at the same time, Cuthbert was also doing creative work on these projects. So, that makes it even crazier. Because, that is a ton of... Cuthbert wore a lot of hats.
Oh, yes. Still does, just not with Nintendo.
Yeah. I'm going to say Cuthbert on this one. And it's not easy. I feel like you
Hideki Kono.
Oh, wait. Mario Kart 64, right?
Yeah, Mario Kart 64. Mm-hmm. The
big
one that had 4-player multiplayer.
Yeah, I'm good with it. I don't love it, but
Kono,
I'm
not
good with
Cuthbert?
it. No, I'm good with Cuthbert.
Okay, yeah.
I don't love it though. Like I could have gone with either one of them.
Yeah. Okay, Yoshiaki Koizumi. Super Mario
Just
Sunshine.
skip the vote. It doesn't even matter.
Super Mario Sunshine. No, you can only count these 4 things.
Okay.
Sunshine, Jungle Beat, Galaxy One, Flipnote Studio, versus
Fuck did Koizumi get stuck with Flipnote Studio?
versus Makoto Wada, Star Tropics 2, Pilot Wing 64, Mario Kart DS.
Like I don't even believe that Koizumi was available.
No,
Like, I don't believe for a second that man was available.
He has the worst 3D Mario game. Like Koizumi's resume is directorial resume is actually wild because it is the worst 3D Mario game. It is the extremely racist Donkey Kong platformer. It is Galaxy One, which is incredible, and then it's fucking Flipnote Studio DSi.
I just don't
Everything
know
he's
like
ever directed.
how the fuck did he get Flipnote Studio DSi? Like what? Who? He must have asked for it. Like he was high enough in the company that they wouldn't just assign him fucking Flipnote.
Yeah, probably. He was like, I want to
He's
work with the
probably like-
DSi.
I want to do this cartoon making game.
He's probably just like, I want to do something with networking. I don't know.
I'm gonna give it to him, in part because I respect the challenge of we have to make a game using the bongos,
No, you don't.
and then doing it. That's the part that's like
You
I
already made
respect
multiple
that they
Donkey Kongas.
did
That
it.
was enough.
Like yeah, but they did that. What if we made a game that wasn't a music game?
No. It's bad. It's a bad game. Alright.
It's-
Next up.
What would you say? Would you say Koizumi's like a top 4 employee at this point?
Yes, but because of his production, because of producing, not because of...
Oh no, I know.
Yeah,
But in
he-
terms of like have raw political
Yes,
power.
He was the lead hardware dev on the Switch. He is presumed by many to be in charge of Switch 2, but that is not confirmed. He is also the producer in charge of Mario Team.
Yeah, like he is the next person to get the title Creative Fellow if they ever issue it to someone.
Yes. All right.
Such a stupid title. I want the title Uncreative Fellow.
All right. Sorry, had to ban.
He beat me to it. They've added a new drag to moderate thing.
Oh, nice. We do not currently know who Koizumi is, Jesus. All right. Takao Shimizu, Radar Mission, BS Zelda, Star Fox 64, Pokemon Stadium 1, 2, and 3 versus Hiroshi Matsunaga, Wii Fit plus Wii Fit U Ring Fit Adventure.
These are two individuals who are absolute machines.
Yes.
Like
Who is the
just-
criminal in charge of designing the Wii U? The person in charge of Animal Crossing? Iguchi?
There is a
Who would win in
Who
a
would
fist
win?
fight? That's very clear.
yeah. Matsunaka might kill someone.
Has Shozo Kaga been eliminated yet? Shozo Kaga was never a Nintendo employee, right? Intelligent Systems ain't Nintendo.
Yeah, they're in the building.
They
I
are
believe
not.
they're one of the companies that's in the building, right?
But they are not Nintendo.
It's so weird they have these partners that they've got just literally living in their building.
Intelligent
wouldn't
Systems
e-
can go make a game for another console if they wanted to, and Nintendo couldn't do anything about it.
They just can't make a Fire Emblem game for another console.
Correct. Because that is a Nintendo IP.
I have found a picture of Matsunaga.
Yeah.
Huge, not huge, but like, there's an older picture where they are significantly less buff.
Yes.
Significantly so.
Yes. It's a good before and after. They should just roll that as an ad for like Ring Fit Adventure. Here's the director
There's
of
a-
the game from like 5 years ago versus now.
It's kind of like the Nagoshi effect, where like the
Yes,
deeper he got into
yeah.
making Yakuza games, the more he dressed like fucking a Yakuza member.
Yes. All right.
Sir, what are you doing?
Shimizu or Matsunaga? Remember that Radar Mission sucks, but it was also very early.
Yeah, like Pokemon Stadium 1 to 3 here as a director is the thing that's when getting Star Fox off the ground with the Rumble Pack and all that stuff.
Yes, and
Like
Pokemon Stadium, like, capitalizing on what was happening in the Game Boy very quickly and getting those onto console.
but at the same time, Wii Fit Plus, Wii Fit U, Ring Fit Adventure was doing a lot of the same.
A lot of the same.
I'm gonna say Shimizu, but I don't love it. Like this is one of those ones where I can make a compelling case for either of them. They both absolutely drove projects that had to hit deadlines and hit those fucking deadlines.
All right, Futoshi Shirai, Double Dash and the Wii version of Donkey Kong Jungle Beat versus Hitoshi Yamagami, Yoshi's Cookie, Tetris 2, Mario's Tennis, Paneled Upon, Game & Watch Gallery.
Oh, it's this shit again!
Balloon Fight Game Boy, Dr. Mario 64, Starfy 1, and Wario World.
How many directors does Double Dash end up having, out of curiosity?
Like 3.
Okay.
I wish it was exactly 2.
Yeah, that would be pretty good. I'm gonna give it to the machine down there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just from sheer directorial firepower.
All right, we have Takaya Imamura, Steel Diver, Sub Wars, and Tank Troopers versus
This is the same game 3 times!
versus Mike Englehart, Super Mario Strikers, Charged, and Punch Out.
Oh, that one's easy as shit! Englehart gets that one in a walkaway.
Tsubasa Sakaguchi, Splatoon, and Nintendo Labo versus Shinya Hirotake, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker.
Is it just Labo in general or specific Labo?
All of Labo.
Done. Because you have to get you have to manage the production of fucking cardboard puzzle pieces.
And Splatoon as the new IP from the ground up, yes.
Yeah, no, that is an insane work schedule that person was carrying.
Yes, Sakaguchi is part of that newer class that is actually like in their 40s and 50s, but like is the generation below Miyamoto's generation that's like finally getting trusted with things. Oh my god, this batshit matchup.
What the?
Shintaro Sato, Splatoon 3 and Splatoon 3's DLC versus Yusuke Amano, Splatoon 1 and Splatoon 2. It's the same game. This is just a mirror match.
I'm just gonna flip a fucking coin.
This is just a mirror match.
It's Amano. Congratulations on your coin flip victory.
Sato just copied Amano's homework. Alright. Waki Shigeta, WarioWare Move It, versus Kentaro Nishimura, Nintendo Puzzle Collection, Fire Emblem Blazing Blade, Advance Wars 2, Fire Emblem Sacred Stones, and Advance Wars DS.
Yay! Gee, I wonder.
Alright.
One of these things is not like the other.
Yes. Here's another double buy. Yurie Hattori, Style Savvy, Endless Ocean 2, Little Charo Travels in English, Style Savvy Trendsetters, Wii Karaoke U, Style Savvy Fashion Forward, versus
I like that they had it like it. All right, here's your Style Savvy vacation. You made a Style Savvy game. You get to take a game off. Up your back.
Style Savvy, and then 1 to 2 games in between Style Savvies versus
back to the salt mines.
Versus Kenta Kubo, Dr. Kawashima's Brain Training for Nintendo Switch, Big Brain Academy Brain versus Brain for Switch, and Nintendo World Championship NES Edition.
You shall continue the braining.
Yes.
These people needed a vacation so bad.
There's so many that are either you're unhinged and you're working on 20 different genres, or goddamn, please give them a break from that franchise.
Is there anything else we can do? No. More brains must be trained.
All right, fine. You can do a speedrunning game once.
And then the brains will continue. I'm going to go with Hattori here, but like, this is one of those ones where it's like, both of your resumes are confusing and upsetting to me.
All right. Ryutaro Takahashi, Me Channel, Everybody Votes Channel, Nintendo 3DS Menu, Tomodachi Life, and Miitomo versus Miitomo the phone game. No, Miitomo versus Miitopia versus Yuichiro Ito.
God.
Brain Age Concentration Training, Miitopia. Miitomo, first thing on phones.
Oh, that's right. No, I mean that's Takahashi. Easy.
Yes.
Because Everybody Votes channel and the absolute psychosis that thing was.
It's
That alone.
it's incredible imagining that many of these directors feel exactly the same as their job. As their job is she does hers. Kenta Sato, Arms, Aya Kyogoku, Animal Crossing New Leaf Plaza, and New Horizons.
Oh, this is fucked up. I feel like Arms deserves some credit here, but
Arms got the buy.
it doesn't matter.
All right. Yusuke Shiraiwa has the all-time record of least money spent, most money earned on a directorial game.
How much money did we spend on this? Nothing.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe versus Yuji Kondo, Pikmin 3, 3 Deluxe, and 4.
So did Shiraiwa work on Mario Kart 8, or was it just Deluxe?
I'm pretty sure they did, but let me check.
It's like they were art directors, some
Yusuke
shit.
Shiraiwa, Mario Kart 8 programming director.
Okay.
So they are a programmer. They did
Yes.
programming or lead programming on Luigi's Mansion, Sunshine, Double Dash, Mario Kart DS, Mii Channel, Wii Sports, Wii Play, Mario Kart Wii, Nintendo DSi Sound, Nintendo Xbox Cat, Mario Kart 7, Mario Kart 8. Did production management on ARMS, worked on Mario Kart Tour, and was a programmer on the Mario Kart 8 Booster Course Pass. But the only thing they directed was 8 Deluxe.
Which tells me the director probably didn't do a lot. Because they put a programmer in charge of directorial
Yeah,
responsibility.
you're in charge of changing the battle mode and getting it to run at 60 frames per second in portable mode. That was pretty much the two things, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna give this to Kondo here.
Just that said, Shiraiwa absolutely like
Oh yeah,
in terms of like monetary efficiency, goddamn.
yeah.
All right, Yugo Hayashi, Star Fox Zero, Star Fox Guard, and Mario Kart Tour for mobile versus
What the fuck?
Genki Yokota, Fossil Fighters 1, Disaster Day of Crisis, Xenoblade 1, FF Champions, FF Awake or Fossil Fighter Champions, Fire Emblem Awakening, Xenoblade Chronicles X, Fire Emblem Fates, Fire Emblem Echoes Shadows of Valentia, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and Fire Emblem Three Houses.
An alarming number of these games were happening at the same time.
It really is alarming, yes.
Did Yokota sleep ever?
Yokota's job was to direct these from Nintendo.
Yes, but like some of these are all pretty much all partner games. But
yes, pretty much.
But like a lot of these are going on at the same time.
Yes, you're in charge of what? The RPGs. Also Disaster Day of Crisis, because we don't know what to do with that game. But broadly, you're in charge of the RPGs. Yep. That is Genki Yokota, who has an unbelievably stacked resume.
That's like a 5-year window where you probably age 15 years.
Specifically, XCX, Fire Emblem Fates, Fire Emblem Echoes, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and Three Houses is like 5 years, yeah.
Yeah, no, this one is, on the other hand, Grippy Toad, right. So, 2 votes for Yokota here.
All right, I gotta put 2 in for Yokota.
No, you can just give it 1. I'm not going to fuck around with the voting.
It doesn't matter what the actual score is, it just matters who wins.
I know.
Shigefumi Hino, Pikmin 1, 2, 3, and the Wii versions of 1 and 2, versus Kaori Ando, Sparkle Snapshots, Through Space, Fossil Fighters Frontier, Tokyo Mirage Sessions, Sushi Striker, Astral Chain.
I'm going to go ahead and give this to the Pikmin trio here.
Yeah.
As much fun as it is to go, Tokyo Mirage Sessions.
Jesus, James.
God damn. This isn't my fault. We have an email writer who's done this so many times. It just fucks my brain up.
Yoshio Sakamoto, Balloon Kid, X, Super Metroid, Tellero Boxer, Famicom Detective 2, but only the Super Famicom port, Trade and Battle Card Hero, Metroid Fusion, Zero Mission, and Other M, versus Goro Abe, everything in the Wario franchise except for the first game and Snapped.
Sakamoto has to move mountains to get these games made sometimes.
He sure does. Sakamoto, very deserving of the buy he got.
So, yeah, he gets this one pretty easily.
All right. Next up.
What a career Sakamoto has
All right, get ready for a massacre.
For fuck's sake!
Shigeru Miyamoto, Donkey Kong, Again, we can only take these games into account. Donkey
Sure.
Kong, Donkey Kong Jr., Mario Brothers, Donkey Kong 3, Devil World, Excite Bike, Kung Fu, Super Mario Brothers, The Legend of Zelda 1,
Wait,
Star Fox
Miyamoto
1.
directed the Kung Fu port?
Yes, and Super Mario
Why?
64. That's it. Versus Oyagi Sweep, Mario Kart Double Dash, Mario Kart DS, Mario Kart Wii, and Nintendogs plus cats.
I don't think it matters that that's all Miyamoto's the director for. One
Yes,
of them
it
is
does.
fucking. One of them's fucking Super Mario Brothers, and another one's Zelda.
Yes.
And Super Mario 64, I think he's got it covered.
You can say that is everything, but it does matter that that's all because Miyamoto is one of those people who's credited on like 500 games.
Oh, I know,
But
I know. But like,
these are the only ones we're allowed to take into consideration for the.
but
purposes
my
of this.
point is like he racks up enough points with just those that this
Yeah.
is already over.
He racks up like 50 points, but then like -1 on Devil World, -2 on Kung Fu.
Devil World is like it's a very early black box game, or even though it's technically not.
It's bad Pac-Man.
Yeah, but most Pac-Man that was made that wasn't Pac-Man was bad Pac-Man.
All right, here's what we got. Takayuki Shimomura, Wii Sports, Flash Focus, Wii Sports Resort, Nintendo Land, Wii Sports Club. Versus Koichi Hayashida, Galaxy 2, 3D Land, 3D World, NES Remix, and NES Remix 2.
Why? Why did they take the directors of Galaxy 2, 3D Land, and 3D World, and they're like, motherfucker, NES Remix?
Great question.
Like, isn't there literally anything else better for them to be doing?
No, not at all.
Somebody should have lost their job for that.
I'm sure it was probably Miyamoto just wandered in one day and was like, Indie Zero's working on this, so are you. And then walked away.
How much time should I spend on it? None. Hayashida walks away with this one easily.
Great, he's up against Shigeru Miyamoto next time. Yosuke Oshino, Super Mario Maker, Mario Maker 3DS, and Mario Maker 2. And then as soon as Mario Maker 2 came out, he literally just fucking quit and then went to the Pokemon Company and directed Pokemon Smile. The toothbrushing app. If you're wondering what's happening with the Mario Maker team, the director worked on that. The director was the director of the toothbrush game for kids. Versus Bryce Holiday, Luigi's Mansion 2 and 3.
I legitimately struggle with this one. Because I feel like Mario Maker must have been an absolute nightmare to put together as a project.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to go with that. Because it was so far outside the bounds of what Nintendo's dealt with.
Yes. How much this man must have hated Mario Maker. Yeah. Hiromasa Shikata, A Link Between Worlds, Triforce Heroes, and 1-2 Switch.
Just like, hey, I know you're really getting comfortable with these Zelda games here. Make this fucking thing or go milk a goddamn cow.
Yes. Versus Takashi Tezuka.
This is fucking Jessica!
Exciting like Zelda, Mario 2, Mario 3, Link to the Past, Link's Awakening, Mario All-Stars, Yoshi's Island, and Mario Run. GX, no, I'm sorry that it's not turned off. I can't accept a Wheel of Health during this. I do not have the bandwidth for that.
I don't know about this one. I'm gonna give it to Tezuka, I think.
Weird.
The man
Baby?
who made sure Mii's were designed so they could perfectly render his face like a fucking government photograph.
Shingo Matsushita, Fossil Fighters Champions, Fossil Fighters Frontier, Real Dashito Game X Nintendo 3DS, and then moved over and has been directing Fire Emblem Heroes for 7.5 goddamn years. Versus...
Please, I just want to die.
Versus Toshiaki Suzuki, BS Mario USA, Mario Deluxe, Kirby Tilt and Tumble, Mario Advance, Force Wars Adventures, a bunch of bullshit, Face Raiders, and Wii Street U, powered by Google.
Oh, Wii Street gives the leg up here.
No, it sure the fuck does not.
This is a really fucked up round because like this. So basically what we have here is Matsushita spent 6 years working with Red, doing these fucking Fossil Fighters games. Gets a game that's definitely not real, despite the word real being in its title. And then gets sent to the mobile salt mines to produce Bridal Bunny area.
Yeah, but again, over $1 billion.
I
from
understand
Fire Emblem
that.
Heroes. More money than God off of Fire Emblem Heroes.
But, like-
1/7, Fire Emblem Heroes has made 1/7 of all of the money that Superman has made since 1938.
No, I get that. I understand that. But at the same time, that's not really got anything to do with the director's responsibility. That's got more to do with the fact that people can't help but try to get themselves, I don't know, Palia eldest bun bun.
I mean, it's actually more the fact that to this day it's still so alive that they are putting out 2 new game modes a year, a whole new story arc every year, like characters very, very regularly. It is on a tight fucking schedule where they have at least 1 new major character drop banner every month. They are like continuing to add things and improve things and update the app. Like it has not even gotten close to a maintenance mode yet, and for mobile that is bonkers. It is a very impressive project.
I can give you that, but also feel like this is completely out of hand. I think my last pull was Amiya wearing a yukata, and I was like, yeah, no, that makes sense. Fuck, this is a weird one. This is a weird, because like all the Fossil Fighter stuff, like whatever, like the primary development was being done at Red.
Yes, I mean, for Matsushita, I think it primarily comes down to the only genuinely unabashedly successful mobile game versus Suzuki, who has directed more than almost any single person on this entire list, but half of it was so unimportant I didn't write it out.
Like, so do you even know what real Dashutsu game is?
Yes.
I do. It's an Indie Zero game, for those of you who don't know.
Yeah.
And isn't it basically just like the 3DS is gonna explode?
Yeah, it's this weird ass escape. It's an escape room game where the premise is there are bombs inside of your Nintendo 3DS, and you have to defuse them.
Oh my god!
It's like 2 hours long.
I just what the fuck is this resume? What the fuck is this resume?
I got nothing for you, James, other than
All right.
Fire Emblem Heroes.
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, like this is weird because
one of
like
Suzuki's BS things is a Wii game where it's just a game show about general trivia themed like a TV guide.
yes, no, I'm aware. But also, like, the person is like, well, what if we put the tilt sensor in a Kirby game and release that on Game Boy Color? Because fuck it. Like, there's so much just like, yeah, I'll do that in Suzuki's resume, where it's just like, yeah, I'll make a game for the broadcast system that's a Mario port. Who cares?
I'll make
like,
two different compromised Mario ports for handhelds.
I'll do Four Swords Adventure. I don't care. I'm crazy. It's like there's a respect I have for Suzuki's willingness to just do whatever.
The whole thing, the whole premise of that was a tech test because that whole thing is HTML5 wrapped in a C++ wrapper. So yes. That was literally just a tech demo.
Yeah. This is the first one where like it's like I hate this. I hate this one right here a lot.
Well, someone's gonna get sent to the loser bracket and might make the way back up.
Here's the question: was Matsushita there from the beginning of Fire Emblem Heroes, or did they get shifted over?
Yes,
they're the original director.
He's the original director that has not left the project in 7.5 fucking years of release.
I'm gonna give it to that, but at the same time, I need them to get some self-respect.
Fair.
And
Melanie, We 3
else.
U was free at least.
It was free.
All right.
There was the what was the other thing they had that was like video?
Oh, the Wii U panorama view, but that was paid.
Yeah, that was paid because I remember I did one for the show. And everybody's like, "Why did you buy that?" And I'm like, "To have something to talk about on the
Yes.
show."
All right, we got Michihiko Inaba, Xenoblade Chronicles 1 Definitive Edition, but not Future Connected. They did not work on Future Connected.
The fuck?
Versus Shigeyuki Asake, New Super Mario Bros. And New Super Mario Bros. Wii.
Gee, I wonder. I fucking wonder.
All right.
Like, if it was like, okay, I worked on Future Connected too. All right.
No,
we
they
can at least have a
explicitly
conversation.
did not work on Future Connected.
This is what is it? 8 hours?
Yeah.
It's so fucking short.
Someone
and it had
else
its own
directed
staff.
that.
Its own staff.
All right. Tetsuya Takahashi.
Oh God.
Xenoblade Chronicles 1, X, 2, Torna, DE including Future Connected, 3 Future Redeemed versus Masataka Takemoto, New Super Mario Bros. U, New Super Luigi U, good job.
I mean, good job to you, Takemoto, but Takahashi does this while also running a fucking company
Yes.
and writing all these fucking games.
Yes. All right.
Again, this is another person where the question is, do you sleep? Ever?
All right. Taro Kudo is a weird one.
Jesus!
Taro Kudo is...
What is this?
He didn't work on any of these 3 games while working at Nintendo, but now he works at Nintendo, and he directed these 3 games. Freshly picked Tingle's Rosy Ruby Land, Paper Mario Sticker Star, and Paper Mario Color Splash are all directed by the same motherfucker.
Did he get into the building after this?
Went from Vanpool to Intelligent Systems, and then halfway through Color Splash moved over to Nintendo. And then Fumi Hayashi, Metroid Dread.
Ah, yes, the Taro Kudo trilogy, as we call it. What the fuck is this? I almost want to give it to him just for the sheer fucking insanity of it.
You can. We can say sorry to Hayashi-san.
This motherfucker did the what's the name of the stupid trade thing where you just keep trading up?
Oh yeah.
This motherfucker did that to get from Vanpool into Nintendo.
Yes, and again, Straw Millionaire. Yes.
Straw Millionaire.
Yes.
This motherfucker left a trail of destruction in his path.
Went from Sticker Star, a game that sucks, to Color Splash, the same concept, but they knew what they were what the project was going to be from the start, and it actually rules.
What a fucking resume!
I don't hold Sticker Star against Kudo.
Just for the ballsiness of it. Yeah, go. Let's do it. Let's.
All right.
This absolute lunacy of a resume.
Going up against Takahashi next time.
I wonder how that's gonna go for him.
Kosuke Yabuki, Mario Kart 7, Mario Kart 8 versus Satoru Okada. All the light gun stuff, Balloon Fight, Wrecking Crew, Rob, Metroid, Kid Icarus, Famicom Detective Club, Famicom Wars, Super Mario Land, Tetris Alleyway, and Kicks.
Okada, just for sheer volume of fire, is going to keep just steamrolling people.
Alright, Okada it is. Sorry, Yabuki-san.
Like, that's the thing, like, Yabuki deserves it, but Yabuki never had to put a fucking robot in with a console to make it sell.
Okay, we've got a double buy on this one. Eiji Aonuma, NES Open Tournament Golf, Wind Waker, Twilight Princess versus...
Look at that fucking gap!
Versus Katsuya Iguchi, Star Fox, Star Fox 2, Wave Race 64, Animal Crossing, and Animal Crossing on GameCube.
Like, Eiji Aonuma was like, I'm gonna take 20 years off between directing games.
Yeah, pretty much.
How old was Aonuma when he directed NES Open Tournament?
Probably
Golf?
like 12.
He would have been like 19. And they're like, make this fucking golf game. And he's like, okay.
Yeah, whatever you say. He has directed 3 games, 2 Zeldas, and a golf game. Iguchi, the motherfucker that gave us the Wii U, but that's not relevant, is also in charge of, is in charge of the Animal Crossing franchise, just at, an executive level. That is his baby. But also did the first 2 Star Foxes and Wave Race 64.
Yeah, this is... This is an accomplished amount of resume going on between these two individuals. And it's not like Aonuma didn't do things. He had a game where he was the creative lead on the Super Nintendo, but I guess he didn't fucking direct it.
Sure didn't. Sure the fuck didn't. Doesn't count.
I wrote it, I designed it, I was in charge of the art, but I'm not directing it.
Yes.
This is one of those situations where, like, I'm the director and I take orders from the people I direct. So Star Fox 2 never got finished.
Yes, it did.
Well, eventually, but
no,
it
was 100. Was 100% done and through lot check. They just didn't manufacture cartridges. No additional work happened between them putting, like, it was localized done. Like, the ROM that they put out was a ROM they had been sitting on the whole time. That game was 100% done, but they were like, we're weeks away from putting out the N64, so this would look bad.
This is a really hard one here. And I think I'm giving it to Aonuma, not, like, I'm trying to take the name out of it. And I think that the driving factor is they both had to make a game for two systems, but Aonuma had to do it at the same time.
Fair.
Also, he definitely had Miyamoto breathing down his neck the entire time.
Oh, absolutely. Like,
sir, please.
Yes, Aonuma into the next round.
Do you think he still has that, or do you think he's finally free enough that he doesn't have to worry about that anymore?
He says that he actually, like, has trouble getting Miyamoto for meetings now, because Miyamoto's too busy working on non-video game stuff.
Oh God!
So, we've got two of the worst motherfuckers of all time. We've got, in round 2...
Shino Nagashima. Oh my God.
Tatsuya Hishida. This is a downhill spiral. We go Shin Onigashima, their best work. Yuyuki, slightly worse. Special T-Shot, worse. Arno Shosai, worse. Pokemon Box Ruby and Sapphire, okay, you're never directing anything ever again. Versus Mario Party 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, Wii Party U, Mario Party Star Rush, Mario Party Top 100, and Super Mario Party. For the pure directorial superpower in play, I guess this goes to Nishiya.
Or just the, like, I'm gonna get the fucking thing on the store shelf by October 23rd.
All right, we have Yoshikazu Yamashita, Wii Sports, Check Me Out Channel, Wii Sports Resort, Nintendo Land, Nintendo Switch Sports, versus Kenji Kikuchi, every Mario Party.
Versus a fucking machine.
Yes, versus a literal factory.
Give it to the machine. You and I used to have jokes about Etrian Odyssey games, where there was just an Etrian Odyssey robot. This is the actual robot.
It was Etrian Odyssey and Neptunia. Were the ones we were like, that had, like,
well,
now we would just say
Neptunia might
ChatGPT.
actually be AI generated.
Yes. Hidemaru Fujibayashi, Oracle of Seasons and Ages, Four Swords, Minish Cap, Skyward Sword, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. Versus Hiroji Kiyotake, Metroid 2, Mario Land 2, Wario Land, Virtual Boy Wario Land.
So, I directed 2 games at one time.
Yep.
And it was originally 3 before somebody said, "Hey, that might be too much."
At Capcom.
At another company, took no vacation, rolled into Minish Cap, then directed the largest
game. Four Swords.
Oh God, Jesus!
And then
You're
Minish
right.
Cap. Four Swords came before Minish Cap. It was, they were so close together, but they were basically in concurrent development again for GBA. Then did Skyward.
Then directed the largest game Nintendo's ever made. The largest game Nintendo's ever made. The largest game Nintendo's ever made.
He did work, non-directorial work between those, but yeah.
This man has no, like, hey, I think we need to slow down.
Yes, this man has never taken a nap in his life.
I'm going to make the biggest game Nintendo's ever made. Again?
Also, he is considered in that younger generation, which means that he's like 45.
Yeah.
Which Nintendo is so thrilled by, that he might be working for another 20 years, 30 years.
So if you never actually sat through the credits for Tears of the Kingdom, it takes like 40 goddamn minutes. It's so long. That game has so many people on it.
Is this where I have to put out my disclaimer about Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom?
Which disclaimer is that in particular?
The one where I'm in the game.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. They put me in the game because of reasons that I won't get into on a public forum, but I'm in that game. Both of them.
But like, these games are fucking enormous.
Oh yeah.
This like, and like, I don't care for Skyward Sword. I don't. But that game was also fucking enormous.
That game, the mission statement was use something from every major game on the Wii. Animal Crossing, check. Wii Sports, check. It's like just throw everything at it.
And Four Swords Minish Cap, like concurrent development, are very close. Okay,
Yes.
that's nuts. Oracle of Seasons, Ages, and I can't remember what the third one was going to be.
Yeah, it was something else, but yes.
Yeah, I think they may not have been using Ages and Seasons at that point either.
Yeah,
like, they were
I think it was just game 1, game 2, game 3, or something like that.
Yeah. This is unhealthy. Like, he almost loses points for just the sheer unhealthiness of it.
Yeah, maybe great games. Maybe not the best person to work under ? Just based on the release dates of the games involved.
Just like I would like to sleep now. No, we may need to make a larger game. Bye. We're gonna put physics in it now. Fuck. And robotics.
Yes.
Yeah, no, this is so one-sided. This is unfair.
All right. Versus Daiki Iwamoto, Phantom Hourglass, Spirit Tracks, Wind Waker HD, Skyward Sword HD, versus Kenta Usui, Mario Sunshine, and the other director of Pokemon Box Ruby and Sapphire, a piece of software that had 2 directors.
Why?
Anyways,
Why did it have 2 directors?
Great question. Great fucking question.
Is that the whole team? Was the whole team both just called directors for political reasons?
I don't know, but yeah, Kenta Usui might have the worst resume yet. Mario Sunshine and Pokemon Box Ruby and Sapphire, and that's it.
Like, Nintendo literally just pulls names from a hat, don't they?
Yes. Yes. Hang on, I gotta find what Kenta Usui does when he's not in hell. Kenta Usui has actually done a lot of things. Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna list games that they've worked on. They are primarily a level designer.
Okay.
Mario All-Stars.
A skill very useful in
Yes.
fucking Pokemon Ruby Box.
Mario All-Stars, Donkey Kong 94, Yoshi's Island, Mario 64, Wave Race 64, Special T-Shot, Ocarina of Time, Dungeon Design, Majora's Mask, Dungeon Director, Mario Sunshine, Wind Waker, Pokemon Box, Twilight Princess, New Super Mario Bros. Wii, New Super Mario Bros. U, New Super Luigi U, Yoshi's New Island, Yoshi's Woolly World, Super Mario Maker, Poochie and Yoshi's Woolly World, Hey Pikmin, Yoshi's Crafted World, Good Job, Splatoon 3.
Fucking everything.
But he's only directed 2 things, and we cannot take anything else from that resume. We have to take him only at Sunshine and Pokemon Box.
That resume screams send help. I mean, yeah, Iwamoto here.
Motherfucker was in charge of designing 2 of the levels in Super Mario fucking 64 from scratch, of understanding how 3D works, and then got assigned to Pokemon Box.
You've been assigned to Pokemon Box. You're gonna use your level designing skills to design boxes.
Yes. Hey, Melanie, great, thank you. I'm so happy to hear that. The only thing, James, there was a Disney Fortnite D23 thing, and the only thing I heard from people who watched it is that Dave Filoni from Star Wars was out of his mind drunk on stage.
Perfect. Like,
Filoni unironically cannot get through a full sentence. Great. Seemingly forgot that he had to do this, got wasted, and then told, you have to do the Fortnite panel.
like, what are they gonna do? Like, at some point, it's just like
He's in
yeah,
charge of... He's co-in charge of all of Star Wars.
he's gonna get like a mean letter.
Yes.
Hey, we need you to not be drunk at D23 next year.
Okay.
Can I get drunk afterwards? Yes. Okay.
So is it
Deal.
is it Iwamoto who did the 2DS Zeldas that
Yeah,
people
I
don't
want to go ahead and
especially
say.
like, and the 2 HD remasters, or is it gonna be Kenta Usui?
I'm gonna say getting the 2 DS games out and the 2 HD games out at the pace they got them out is in
Yeah.
and of itself impressive.
Wind Waker HD started like a year and a half before it released.
Yeah, and then they turned around Skyward Sword relatively quickly thereafter.
All right, Kojima, Xenoblade Chronicles 1, X,
Yeah.
2, Torna, and 3 versus Hisashi Nogami, Animal Crossing GameCube, Animal Crossing Wild World, Me Channel, Animal Crossing City Folk, and Wara Wara Plaza. Our favorite. My guys got 2 games out of all 3 developments.
Yeah, like this is I'm going to over deliver as hard as I can versus I'm going to meet the assignment and do nothing else.
Yes.
One of these people's like, what if we made the project bigger? And everybody in the room's like, yes, brilliant, yes, make it larger. What if we make it online persistent world on the Wii U? Because fuck it. And the other one's like, what if we pretend it's online when it's not? Yes, less work, brilliant. You're a genius.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, these are diametrically opposed thought processes on how games should be made.
So who gets the dub on this one?
I'm gonna give Kojima for the sheer amount of directing that they must have had to have done at some point.
Fair enough. All right. Here's our last pair in the top, which does mean that this is the this will be the last new director, the last person that got the bye. Kenta Motokura. All of 3D Mario since 3D World. All of it. He is in charge of Mario Team's direction. 3D World, Mario Odyssey, 3D World, and Bowser's Fury, including all of Bowser's Fury, versus Rhythm Heaven Megamix.
Well, Yone did a good job.
Yone did a very good job. We're very proud of them.
But Motokura is doing a job all the time.
Mario Odyssey hit launch window.
Yeah. And I suspect there's probably another game that they're directing right now that is supposed to also hit a launch window.
Yeah, I'm sure we will hear from Motokura very shortly here.
One of these people is a machine. The other one did a job.
A very difficult and thankless job, but yes, that is the last director. We have now gone through every person who has both directed a game for Nintendo and been an employee of Nintendo.
This is a demented list. Like, there are people on here where it's like, why?
All right, next up, we've got Loser's Bracket.
Great.
Yone, Rhythm Heaven Megamix versus Ando, Super Circuit, and Face Training.
I'm going to give this to Megamix just because fuck it.
All right.
This is deep just fuck it territory.
That is a full elimination on Takeshi Ando.
Yeah, like, that was one of the ones where it's like, I don't know, one of these people's got to go.
Kenta Usui, Mario Sunshine and Pokemon Box Ruby and Sapphire versus Yoshinobu, Big Brain Academy and Big Brain Academy Wii Degree.
Look, I will say, those big brain games made it to the fucking store shelves.
They sure did.
And they did not take a break. They mined those mines while they were still hot.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna give it to the brain.
Brain it is. That is it for Usui. Rest in peace. Second elimination. Kiyotake, Metroid 2, Mario Land 2, Wario Land VB Wario Land versus Matsumiya Daigasso Band
One
Brothers.
game, many games versus one game.
So it's gonna go to Kiyotake.
Yeah.
All right. Next we've got Yamashita, Wii Sports Check Me Out Channel, Wii Sports Resort, Nintendo Land, Nintendo Switch Sports versus Yamamoto, Metroid 1, Battle Clash, Yoshi's Cookie, Tetris 2, Mario's Tennis, Panel de Pon, Tetris Attack.
I mean, one of these is Wii Sports.
One of these
I
is
think
Wii
that's-
Sports.
I think
But
that's
one
an
of them
important.
But one of them is the sequel to Tetris.
It is the sequel to Tetris.
Actually, two
You're right.
of them are the sequel to Tetris.
Arguably 2, maybe 3. Fuck it.
All
One
right.
of these people likes to see things fall from the ceiling. Yes.
All right. Katsuya Iguchi, Star Fox 2, Wave Race 64, Animal Crossing, and Animal Crossing E+, and the whole franchise.
Versus a lot of English and music.
Yes, versus, and then also the Brain Age Devil game that almost didn't come to Europe.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the obvious
Iguchi
one on this one. Yeah.
Let's go with the Nintendo executive on that one. We've got Fumi Hayashi. Oh wait. Okay, no, never
What?
mind. Never mind. I fucked up my understanding how the bracket worked. We've got Fumi Hayashi and Metroid Dread versus Shimizu, Flipnote Studio, and Studio 3D.
I'm gonna go with Dread, I guess. Sure.
Great.
Yeah. I mean, so here's my justification for that.
Yeah. It's a game.
I got electrocuted by the Flipnote Studio display at PAX East 2012.
Great. Dead to you.
I told Nintendo about it. They did not turn it off.
Great. Michihiko Inaba. Xenoblade Chronicles 1 Definitive Edition, but not Future Connected.
Not Future Connect. We trust you with nothing. Versus we trust you with less.
Versus, Inoue, Splatoon 3 expansion pass only.
You are trusted with so little. You are trusted with even less.
The expansion pass was 2 parts. 1, a new hub area that had no different functionality whatsoever. And 2, a roguelike mode that people have mixed feelings on.
Wait, no, wasn't it an old home area?
Yes, yes.
No difference
They took the Wii U Splatoon 1 home area and brought it into 3, but again, just because it has those stores doesn't mean those stores have different inventory. There is no functional difference whatsoever. It's just another area that you can walk around in. And then the second one is the roguelike single player.
Inaba had to oversee the recontextualization of the plot of Xenoblade 1 in light of Xenoblade 2, so I'm going to give it to that.
Okay.
I agree with GX that a good director would not have allowed me to be executed or would have turned up the wattage. This is fair.
Suzuki.
I just love that I went to Nintendo PR and I'm like, hey, that unit shocked me. You should probably turn it off. Oh, thanks for telling us. And I come back 20 minutes later and it's still on. It's still shocking people.
Toshiaki Suzuki. BS Mario USA, Mario Deluxe, Kirby Tilt and Tumble, Mario Advance,
Many things versus one thing.
A bunch of bullshit Face Raiders and We Street U versus F-Zero 99.
Suzuki is the king of many things.
4 Links or 99 Captain Falcons, yeah. Hiramasa Shikata, Leap Between Worlds, Triforce Heroes, and 1-2 Switch versus Kawamoto, Brain Age 1 and 2, the Forecast Channel, the News Channel, the Photo Channel, Touch Solitaire, Mii Maker for 3DS, AR Games, and Street Pass Mii Plaza. I'm
giving this to Kawamoto due to my theory of the director of many things.
Here is Shimamura.
They were in a meeting about Weather Channel and then had to leave early because of a Photo Channel alert that they got on their phone.
Shimamura, well, too early for that. This is like 2005.
Oh, on their cell phone. They still got a text message.
Wii Sports, Flash Focus, Wii Sports Resort, Nintendo Land, and Wii Sports Club versus You Better Fucking Learn English.
It's time to sport versus it's time to English.
Well, Flash Focus is a little bit different, but yes.
Actually, it's what we have here is it's time to sport versus that's not a correct sentence. The power of sport defeats the power of literacy. Just like real life.
Mario Kart Double Dash, Mario Kart DS, Mario Kart Wii, Nintendogs plus Cats versus Metroid Prime 2 and Metroid Prime 3.
I mean, one of these is a lot of games, but also Nintendogs plus Cats is such an audacious thing that they announced.
It's 3 games, technically.
Yeah, like, Mario Kart DS was a technical challenge in and of itself, because it's like, hey, we're going to make an online game. So yeah, I'm going to go with that one.
Okay.
Metroid does not have plus Cats, that is true.
Sorry, Mark Pacini, you are out. Goro
or even
Abe,
dogs.
WarioWare versus Nakayama, Ketzel's Corridors, Dr. Luigi, Bunny Mission Bond.
This is so sad. This is such a sad matchup. Abe, congratulations on your de facto bye.
Star Fox Zero, Star Fox Guard, Mario Kart Tour versus Mario Land 2, Wario Land 1, 2, 3, Other, and We Play Motion, Me Force, Flower Town, Warriors Way, Monster Manor, and Metroid Samus Returns.
Hosokawa's personal philosophy is, yeah, I'll direct that.
Yeah, what do you need from me?
Another Wario Land? Great.
Alright. Just gonna write that one in and move on. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe versus 1080 Snowboarding, Pikmin 1, Pikmin 2, Metroid Prime Hunters.
I made a port and made $1 billion.
I made way more than $1 billion. More.
I made 4 games. I probably am in the red.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna give it to Abe. But this is a ridiculous, like, results don't predict how good of a director you are.
ARMS versus Snorlax's Lunchtime, Nintendo 3DS Kai Louvre, and the NES Remix games.
I've actually used the DS version of the guide thing.
There's only a 3DS version.
Was it? Then it must have been a 3DS one. It sucked.
Yes, it does. Miyamoto said it had to exist because he went to the Louvre and was like, why doesn't my 3DS do anything here?
It's a good point. Why doesn't your 3DS do anything there? I'm going to give it to ARMS because I look at the rest of this and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? I honestly, directing the 3DS guide Louvre was probably the hardest thing on this list.
Yup.
I might give it to that just for that. You know what? I changed my mind.
Okay, we're gonna edit the results on that one.
Like just the sheer ridiculousness of that project.
All right. Dr. Kawashima's brain training for Nintendo Switch. Big Brand Academy Brain versus Brain. Nintendo World Championship NES Edition versus
Brains
versus the Breath of the Wild expansion pass.
Brains
versus Vroom.
Yeah. Versus the motorcycle that doesn't work because it loads too slow. All right, they let the motorcycle that breaks the game get out. I partially respect it, but no, Brains wins. There's something so fucked up about that.
WarioWare Movement versus Button
Hey, Link, it turns out we found you a divine beast. It's got wheels and breaks the world.
Yes. WarioWare Movement. Melanie says the motorcycle is great on an emulator with mods to get it early enough to be useful. WarioWare Move It and Baten Kaitos Origins.
Move It. I'm trying to remember which one Move It is.
That's the second Switch one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, then Baten Kaitos Origins.
Splatoon 3 and its DLC versus Rock and Roll Climber. These are both sad.
Rock and Roll Climber, but I can't. It's Splatoon 3, but it's fucking funnier if it's Rock and Roll Climber.
It's very close.
Oh.
It's way closer than it should be for the franchise involved. At least Rock and Roll Climber isn't just copying homework. You're right, it's doing the incorrect assignment.
Yeah, but like that's not the director's job. That's the design team. Director's job is just to get that fucking thing on the shelves, and they did it. No, this goes to Sato, even though Rock and Roll Climber would be very funny. Steel Diver, Sub Wars, and Tank Troopers versus a million racing games with Snoopy Concert. Versus everything.
Versus Racing, Top Rank Tennis, Snoopy Concert, Racing.
What the fuck is Snoopy Concert? Is that some, like, Famicom only thing?
No, you should look it up. It's really stupid.
Alright, let's see what this... What the fuck? What the fuck? Why does it look like that?
I don't know, but that's what Shimizu directed.
Why does it look like that?
I don't know, but he directed it.
Why does it sound like that?
Because he directed it really well.
What the...
I'm so glad you
Fuck.
didn't know that existed until today.
I still don't know that it exists.
Oh, it's real. It's real.
What am I? This just needs to be. We just need to watch the full end-to-end Let's Play this now.
No.
What is happening?
It's
Where
a-
is the game? Where is the gameplay?
It's a Pac-Man
Oh.
2 like.
Okay, I found the gameplay. GX, you need to play this. It's a Pac-Man 2 like. I know you love that. Holy God.
It's Snoopy.
Why is there boxing?
It's Snoopy.
Why did Snoopy just punch the shit out of a flower?
Because it's Snoopy. And he's going to a concert.
This is insane. Like, I'm just clipping along the timeline, and every
Yeah.
time I get, it's something else completely. Why is there a sliding block puzzle all of a sudden?
Snoopy.
What is this?
Snoopy famously loves Sokoban.
What is this fucking thing? Why is Snoopy thinking, what's a Schroeder? What is this? Has Jeff Gerstmann played this yet?
No.
What the fuck is this? What the fuck? I've been thinking about how weird a game has to be to get me to what the fuck.
Yes. Yeah. Uh-huh. Snoopy concert's delightful.
Shimizu, you fucking bastard. Give it to him, but I'm mad about it. Just through sheer volume of fire, Shimizu gets this.
All right, we've got Double Dash and the Wii version of Jungle Beat versus Bowser's Inside Story and Dream Team.
Kubota.
All right. Well,
This is demented. This video needs to be off the internet. This is not safe for human consumption.
Wii Fit Plus, Wii Fit U Ring Fit Adventure versus Pilot Wing SimCity, Super Mario Kart, and F-Zero X.
Ooh.
This is actually a good matchup.
This really is. Like, Wii Fit to Wii Fit Plus is kind of an interesting recontextualization of the balance board. It arrived relatively quickly, but it was timed enough to give like a shot in the arm to people who had already bought the balance board to get them re-engaged.
Yep.
Wii Fit U, which I actually had.
Played a lot of.
Yeah. Was successful for the platform. This also has the Rob component of they had to get a fucking piece of plastic out with the game.
Yes.
Ring Fit Adventure has a similar component to it, although not as intricate. Ring Fit Adventure's peripheral is nowhere near the complexity of the balance board, which Nintendo once described to me at an E3 as, well, it's really just like two scales. And then when I went back and looked it up, I'm like, no, it's not. You made this sound way less important than it is.
Snoopy Concert doesn't have any retro achievements.
Not yet.
You could be the one, GX.
Versus Pilot Wings, which is really cool. SimCity, which is also very cool. Super Mario Kart, which is impressive, and F-Zero X. Like, this is a fucked up like resume battle here.
Yeah, no, they're both great, but one of them's going to be eliminated forever.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think of who had the harder time in their directorial work. Like, who could have fucked this? Who, as a director, could have fucked this up worse? Does that make sense?
We Fit, the stakes were way higher. Super
They
Mario
were.
Kart, with hindsight, is a high stakes thing, but it was not high stakes at the time.
But the one that Sugiyama has that could have been a fuck up is SimCity, because that license was gigantic at that moment in time.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, so like
thankfully, you had the template at that point.
right, but they had to make the template work on a console, which was the hard part.
Yes, and it is, and I'm not trying to diminish that. Wii Fit Plus, Wii Fit U, whatever. Ring Fit Adventure, kind of whatever. Like, Ring Fit Adventure is like a neat twist on it all, but like going from 0 to Wii Fit, is like.
Yeah, and then it's like from a purely directorial, not necessarily the creative standpoint, but from the logistical, like, I need to get this fucking thing to market. Would they have been responsible for overseeing the development of the balance board, or was that developed independent of the game and then the game was created to go for it?
That would have been in very close collaboration. he is not the person in charge of designing the balance board, but he is probably in daily meetings about the balance board and what does the Wii Fit team need from the balance board, and what are the limits of the balance board, and design the game around it, design the balance board around the game, etc.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna give it to Matsunaga, but like I could have gone either way on this one.
Yeah. Hideki Kono, Ice Hockey, Sim City, Super Mario Kart, Yoshi's Island, Mario Kart 64, Luigi's Mansion versus Ota, Wii Sports, and Wii Sports Club.
Fuck.
There are a lot of directors of Wii Sports, as we've found out.
Yes. I'm gonna go with Kono here, but like it's tough because it's a question of like who was the one really driving the ship on Wii Sports, because that person was deep in it.
Yes. And then Nintendo Badge Arcade versus New Leaf and Happy House Arrest.
Oh my god. So like New Leaf, impressive.
Yes.
House Arrest, you fucking monster.
Yes.
Badge
Arcade is a weird, like, semi-re-architecture of the 3DS operating system.
Yeah, like there's a part of that that's super impressive. And then there's New Leaf, which is a game that made $1 bajillion.
Yeah, very, very impressive. It was like the first semi-new take on Animal Crossing yet.
I'm gonna say despite Happy Home Designer taking points off of Moro, I'm gonna give New Leaf it. Honestly, as a director though, like that's not Moro's responsibility.
Exactly. All right, so losers round 2. Nogami, Animal Crossing GameCube, Wild World, Me Channel, City Folk, Aurora versus...
I think we're good. Nogami
right.
advances.
All right, I'm gonna stop reading out the games then. Yoshinobu versus Kiyotake.
I'm gonna go with Kiyotake.
All right. Hishida versus Yamashita. Gee, I wonder.
Yeah, no, yes.
Hishida got a fucking bye in the losers bracket.
Yes.
But
that Pokemon box, I heard good things about.
Yabuki versus Aguchi.
Yabuki on this one, just because Mario Kart 7 and 8 are machines.
Ooh, okay.
Like, it's not easy. It's not.
Yeah.
But 8, I would assume they directed through the DLC wave on 8.
Yes.
Okay, yeah,
Aguchi
then that's it.
Out.
Yeah, I mean, it's not...
Earlier than expected for an Aguchi elimination. I
think it's a bad luck of the draw thing, more than anything.
Takemoto versus Hayashi.
This is fucked up. I'm gonna give it to Takemoto because of the like we need to save the Wii U, get another Luigi game out of it. Like as a director, that's
we don't trust you versus here direct 20 different things.
Yeah, one of these people had to direct everything. The other one was given a project, and I bet had Takahashi over their shoulder the whole time. What are you doing? What are you doing with my game? What are you doing with my game?
Luigi's Mansion 2 and 3 versus etc.
I mean, Touch Solitaire. I don't know.
It's fucking terrible.
Yeah, no. This is Luigi's Mansion.
Shimamura versus Oyagi.
That's Wii Sports Flash Focus for Wii Sports Resort, Nintendo Land versus Double Dash, Mario Kart. Yeah, I'm gonna give it to the Mario Kart.
Okay. Ando versus Abe.
Let's see. I'm actually gonna give it to Ando, and I have a reason for this one.
Yes.
The WarioWare games, reasonably small casts, or reasonably small development teams. They're internal. Versus Ando,
they're not internal.
They're not?
Intelligent Systems makes them.
Oh, that's true. They're that weird like next door versus a lot of these where they're dealing with companies that are further afield with bigger teams. And,
oh yes. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like the amount of
Sparkle
effort to direct.
Snapshots is Atlas.
And then Through Space is I can't even remember.
Yeah, but it's not internal. Fossil Fighters Frontier is red. Tokyo
Yeah.
Mirage is Atlas again. Sushi Striker is Indie Zero.
Yep.
And Astral Chain is Platinum.
Yep. There's a lot of like managing shit from afar
Yes.
going on.
Hosokawa versus Abe.
Ooh. I directed many things versus I directed a couple big things.
I directed 4 games that flopped.
It's true.
Not their fault, but I directed 4 flops.
I directed Mr. Miyamoto's pet projects.
3 of them.
Yeah.
Hunters is not a pet project.
No. This is actually a really hard one. Because, like, Osakawa, Mario Land 2, Wario Land 1 through 3.
I personally like the timeline range of Mario Land 2 on Game Boy as the first directorial game, all the way up through Samus Returns, like 2017.
Yeah, like, there's a lot going on here.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no period of time where it seems like Hosokawa got put on the bench to do other shit.
Yes, there is.
Like,
it's called GBA, GameCube, and early Wii.
Well, Wario Land 1 through 3. Oh, those are all the Game Boy. Those are the Game Boy Color games, aren't
Yes,
they?
did not do the Game Boy Advance one. Has directed no games on GameCube or GBA, and then Other M is very late Wii. So is Wii Play Motion.
Versus Pikmin 1 and 2, which are big games, but they're not huge. I'm gonna go with Abe, but I don't love it.
Okay.
That one's kind of a mess.
Ito versus Sujimura.
Wow. This is a fucking rundown here.
Miitopia versus the Louvre. Brain Age Devil versus Snorlax's Lunchtime.
I'm gonna give it to Miitopia instead of the Louvre because that game felt like it was created from madness, and someone managed to get it on a box on shelves.
Brain versus Origins.
I'm gonna give it to Well, actually, is Dr. Kashumi the big brain training? That's the port.
No.
Big brain. Oh wait, which one's that?
All 3, but neither of those are ports.
I'm not port.
Brain
but
Training.
it's not the original
Nintendo Switch. Brain
Yeah.
Training for Nintendo Switch is an original game that was not released in America because it was illegal here. And
wait, hold on. What was illegal about it?
The FTC said that you can't market a game as, or like those kinds of brain exercises as being good for you. That is a law now in the US. So
Great.
Nintendo could not release it here. Big Brain Academy has always been framed as, just goof around and play. So that came over here, which is part of why that game exists, is because they literally couldn't release Brain Training for Nintendo Switch in America. It was illegal here. And then, so both of those are original games for Switch. Just in 2 different franchises.
It is very funny that Honai never directed another game. I mean, from a pure directorial standpoint, I actually really like what they did with Origins. Like, they made smart decisions to take the scale of the game down without reducing the scale of the world, if that makes sense.
Yep.
You know, like only having three cast members seems restrictive, but actually it was done really well, so it felt like it was a net positive.
For the terrible Steam port?
Not them, because Honai didn't do that.
Yeah, because that Nintendo refused to put their name on.
Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna give it to Honai on this one. But the weird part is, like, you wouldn't think a game of that era, you'd be like, getting rid of the dub voice acting was a disaster. Why would you do that? But, like, it's one case where it's like, actually, no, the dub was really good. What the fuck, you idiots?
Yeah, I don't know.
Uh,
Hirotaki versus Sato.
Yeah. How much do you respect the expediency of Captain Toad Treasure Tracker being released? I hold it. And that game had a shitload of DLC. I respect the expediency of getting that game out to bail out a sinking ship.
Yep. How fast can we put this out as its own standalone thing? What? You need like 15 people and 10 months? Greenlit. Go.
It's probably, you need 15 people in 10 months. You have 8. Go. Cool. But none of them directed Snoopy concerts. That's a problem.
Yes. Don't worry. Here we have Snoopy concert. Shimizu versus
go.
Kubota.
Part of me wants to just keep pushing Snoopy concert forward. But like legitimately at this point, like the sheer amount of work being done by Kubota here is nuts. And so like
2 RPGs versus a lot of racing.
Yeah, so like clearly this is a person who they just like, here's a project, go do it.
I mean, he's a racing, go do it.
Well,
like only 2 of these games are not racing games.
Yes. Snoopy concert might have racing in it for all we know.
Yeah, Snoopy concert and tennis are the only ones that are not primarily racing games. All of the others are racing.
I'm gonna go with Shimizu here, but again, this is one of the ones where it's like 6 in one hand, half dozen in the other.
Yes. All right, Wada versus Matsunaga.
Ooh.
Matsunaga could punch you in the face if you disagree.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. So I'm gonna go with the buff old man.
All right. Kono versus Moro.
That's oh. I'm gonna go with Luigi's Mansion here, and I'm gonna give my reasoning. They had to get that fucker out on the GameCube launch, and they did it.
They sure did.
And like a lot of important games are on that list, but like the most important thing they did was making sure the GameCube had a fucking launch game.
Yes. All right, we're back up to winners. Jump Rope Challenge versus Cuthbert.
All right, Jump Rope Challenge got its credit. It's time for it to go away now.
All right, Cuthbert moves on.
Like, congratulations for helping Nintendo figure out remote work, and we're done.
Koizumi with one good game versus Shimizu.
With one good game.
with an early arcade game, BS Zelda,
which is just a weird, fucked up version of Zelda.
Yeah, Star Fox 64, and 3 Pokemon Stadiums to hurry and get Pokemon on the console.
Yeah. I'm actually gonna go with Shimizu here just for the sheer like annualization of Pokemon Stadium.
Yeah, it's fair. That was a quick assignment that they probably did not see coming.
Well, I mean that's why the first stadium doesn't have all the fucking Pokemon in it.
Yes.
Back when there was only 150 of them, they didn't have enough goddamn time.
Yes, they didn't put that version out in America. So if you're wondering what's Pokemon Stadium 3, it's called 2 here.
Yes.
Hitoshi Yamagami versus Mike Englehart.
Oh,
I like falling things versus I developed 3 games in Canada.
Yeah, I've had enough falling things for now. Let's go ahead and like overseeing 3 projects. I mean, that was their first 3 projects with Nintendo, wasn't it?
With Nintendo, yes.
Yeah.
We
we were talking about like what companies are up to. That's the one I'm more curious about than what Retro is up to.
Yes. GX, you hit the auto mod for sex-based terms. I will allow it, though.
I mean, it's in a Nintendo game. It's not like you made it up.
Yes.
It's in the opening trailer.
God.
I just like that now we have used add permitted term crotch. Thank you, Twitch.
Sure did. Sakaguchi versus Amano. The 2 directors of Splatoon 1 facing off. One of them made the same game a second time. The other went and did Labo.
Somebody had to do a bunch of fucking cardboard, so I'm giving the cardboard all the credit.
Yeah.
Overseeing that project must have been a goddamn nightmare.
Yes. Granted, Splatoon 2, much more impressive than Splatoon 3 because of how fast they got that turnaround for the Switch. But
Yeah.
Splatoon 3 is where you're like, okay.
Yeah.
Splatoon 2, you just wanted a Splatoon on the new system. Splatoon 3 is a little insulting.
But then go Splatoon 2, I need you to make a bunch of cardboard shit, including a goddamn piano. It's like, okay, hold on.
He wanted to do that, but yes. Nishimura versus Hattori.
This is a weird one. Because
overseeing a lot of stuff with intelligent systems versus overseeing a lot of stuff with Arika and Sin Sophia.
Yeah. Like, these are a lot of like, I need to manage things from a distance, but they're also big.
Yep.
Style
Savvy is like, for anyone in the chat who's like ignored me for the last decade and has not booted up a Style Savvy, those games big.
Blazing Blade, Advance Wars 2, Sacred Stones, Advance Wars DS is a lot of shit going on.
Yes.
In a relatively tight period of time.
Oh yeah, that's three late GB or a mid GBA game, 2 late GBA games, and an early DS game.
Yeah.
Oh,
and then Nintendo Puzzle Collection for fuck it, who cares?
Yeah, that's kind of irrelevant if I'm being honest.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I'm gonna go with Nishimura here. I don't feel great about it either way.
Yeah, it's a tight.
So somebody was doing heavy lifting for both of these.
Oh yes, both of them very good at their jobs. Takahashi versus Kyogoku.
This is a fucked up. Why is this still in the winner's bracket game?
Miitomo.
Tomodachi Life, everybody votes channel.
Because they got to buy on round 1, and so they've only had to win once.
I know, and then we've got the Animal Crossing Plaza,
and they won against a Brain Age developer.
Yeah, Kyogoku gets this, but like, man, this is a fucked up round 3.
Yes. All right. Next up,
because either one of these could have gotten knocked out of this bracket a while ago.
Kondo versus Yokota.
Jesus Christ!
Again, I think Yokota might be like a stealth finalist here.
Yokota might be multiple people in wearing a mask. Yeah, no, this is a rout. This is like,
sorry,
I
Kondo.
respect the work done on the Pikmin games, but
speaking of, here's Hino versus Sakamoto.
Again,
fucking
I don't.
route.
Sakamoto, what the fuck are you doing?
He came back and he had one more in him, but unfortunately, that one more in him was other M.
Sakamoto's resume is like, yeah, I'll make it. You make what? I don't care. Fuck it, give it to me.
Emio, give it to me. Let me make Emio.
God, like, we were joking about this earlier, but
yes.
like, I feel like Sakamoto delivers his games from a parallel dimensions Nintendo,
yes.
where he somehow managed to get in charge.
So Sakamoto it is. Miyamoto versus Hayashida. So this is Super Mario Bros. Zelda, Star Fox, Super Mario 64 versus Galaxy 2, 3D Land 3D World, NES remixes.
This is a fucked up one right here. Like, this is like, okay, how do you say, the director of Super Mario Brothers and Zelda and Star Fox and Super Mario 64, get the fuck out of here. Because, like, Jesus Christ. But then, then you got Galaxy 2, 3D Land, 3D World. Well, then you got
the NES remixes, whatever. Miyamoto has Kung Fu on his, right? Like,
yeah,
we're looking at the strengths here.
It's like, yeah, I mean, Super Mario 64 could carry you from the design standpoint, but from just the pure directorial.
Galaxy 2 fucking got out there so fast by Mario standards.
Yeah, like, it's
that's what Galaxy 2 is wild. Also, we've heard some things about how Miyamoto directs people, and it ain't kind.
It's Mario time.
It's Mario time. If you don't know what "it's Mario time" means, it means you're not going home until 4 a.m.
It means it's 11 p.m. He just left a meeting, and he's lit up a cigarette and tells you it's time to start making Mario games.
Yeah,
which is what you've been doing since 6 in the morning.
Yes, it's you're gonna get 3 hours of sleep tonight and not see your kids. Let's go.
But I'm also going to do that. We're going to do that together.
No, because Miyamoto goes home at the end of the Mario Time meeting but expects multiple more hours of work from the people before he gets back into the office. He gets more sleep than his subordinates do. He goes home significantly earlier. He goes home at like midnight or 1.
But it's Mario time.
It's Mario time.
I just like when they tell that story in front of him, and he just goes, It's like, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, that's not my carefully crafted image, but I can't deny it.
This is actually really hard.
Yeah,
because Galaxy 2 is doing the lifting for Hayashida.
No, 3D Land saved the fucking 3DS single-handedly.
No, I know, but like
both of those. 3D World tried to save the Wii U, but like
I'm talking about from the directorial, less than the design part. Like
I'm not even talking about design. It's about hitting that date for 3D
the turnaround time. But the turnaround time of Galaxy 2 is insane from Galaxy 1.
Yeah. No, they developed that game in like 14 months.
But then what's the time gap between Mario and Zelda? It's crazy.
Mario and Zelda is like 10 months, but there was simultaneous work going on.
Yeah, it's like this is the
era where games are closer to 6-month projects.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know. Oh, this is a really shitty one.
Yes, Mario 64 is the bigger one because basically Super Mario World comes out. He tinkers with some things. He works on Star Fox. He actually doesn't see that project to completion, even though he's credited as director. He kind of leaves halfway through because he's like, all this 3D stuff is interesting. I'm gonna go make Super Mario 64. Bye. And then makes that game in like 2.5 to 3 years.
I'm gonna go invent a new way of playing this genre, but that's not the director stuff.
Yes, that's creative.
The director is just shit that he stacked on top of himself while he was doing the other stuff.
Yes, the director
because
is
he
actually
didn't want to have
he's
a boss.
not good at.
Presumably because he didn't want to have a boss to tell him to figure it out.
Yes, he wanted to be blue ocean, blue sky for a year and a half.
Ugh. Like it hit the date. That is incredibly important. It hit the fucking date. Mario 64?
They fucking delayed that console 8 months to make sure that Super Mario 64 could go with it.
It hit the date.
No, they made the console hit.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, it hit the date.
It sure the fuck did not. Look at how long PlayStation had been out before the N64. They were trying to be much closer. They wanted that to be 95 really badly in Japan. They did not hit the date.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the system launched with the Mario 64.
It did, but the 64 was ready.
I'm gonna go with Hayashida here, but I feel like shit about it.
Hayashida, it is. Get into the fucking losers
bracket.
bracket.
Miyamoto's gonna absolutely rampage through the losers bracket.
Get into the losers bracket, Miyamoto.
It's gonna be a slaughter for like the next 3 rounds of the losers bracket.
All right, Oshino, Mario Makers versus Takashi Tezuka.
Fucking hell! just roll Tezuka 3 more rounds. Fuck it. Just go ahead and just start marking the wins out.
All right.
Tezuka's just like, yeah, I'll develop 9 2D Mario games in an 8-year period. I don't care.
Matsushita versus Asuke.
Let's think. This is not taking me a lot of time to think through here. Give it to Asuke. Keep going.
Good luck facing off against Miyamoto, I think. Matsushita.
Well, good luck facing off against Tezuka.
Takahashi versus Torakudo.
Oh, this is the most fucked up one of this round. This is like, what's the final score? I don't know, 800,000 to 2. Okay, cool. Takahashi just directs the shit out of everything. But also during Future Redeemed, you know he was sitting in on the director of the remake going like, what are you doing in my game?
Yeah.
What are you doing in my game?
Okada versus Aonuma.
I mean, we got Wild Gunman.
Me too.
This is important.
We got Rob, we got Metroid, we got Kid Icarus, we got Family Cup Detective Club, we've got Tetris. We got Mario Land 1.
Uh-huh. Versus just NES Open Tournament Golf. I mean, like, this isn't even... Oh, wait, Wind Waker and Twilight Princess back to back.
Twilight Princess kind of brings it down for me, but Wind Waker brings it up.
Regardless of the quality of the
yes.
game, getting those games fucking out and on 2 systems, and what they were able to reuse from Wind Waker, despite the fact that it's visually completely different.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, it's Aonuma did some fucking work on this one.
He did, but also look at everything in Okada. Like that is.
I know, I get it. Like it's not this
stuff.
Yeah, this is a rough one. We've had some rough ones on this one.
Yeah, we're in winners.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say Aonuma, and here's my reasoning. Okada could have stopped Metroid and Kid Icarus and didn't. And to me, that's the problem.
That is 2 games, 1 engine. That is just directorial efficiency.
I know, and that's the problem. They could have stopped both those games at one time. Solve so many problems.
Look at these 2 look at these 2 absolute murderers.
All right, one person made all of them, and one person only made 6 through 10. Congratulations. You've been with the series longer, therefore you win, I guess.
Fuck.
That is such a fucked up buy.
Yeah, it sure is. He has been getting too far. Fujibayashi versus Iwamoto.
It's Zelda versus Zelda.
Yeah, but come on.
Oh, I know. This is another really fucked up round of shit right here.
Kojima versus Motokura. The secondary director on all of the games under Takahashi versus in charge of Mario.
Yeah, this is actually a really fucked up hard one as well. I'm gonna give it to Motokura, but only because I know how much of a control freak Takahashi is.
Okay. Continuing into winners for this next one.
Pointing out that we had to just put one of those people in loser's bracket, but one of the fucking Mario Party criminals made it through.
Yes, sure did. Dylan Cuthbert versus Shimizu. Director of Star Fox 64 versus director of Star Fox 64 3D.
It's true. But one of them has local video chat.
Yeah, that's true, but the other one made Radar Mission, made a game for satellites.
Made a game from satellites. I'm going to give it to Shimizu, but just because of the Pokemon Stadium stuff.
Yeah, that's the most impressive thing on the resume by a lot.
Fucking local video chat. I still can't believe someone said that to me and didn't start laughing.
Engelhart versus Sakaguchi.
I'm going to go with Engelhart on this one.
Okay.
This is a tough one because of Labo, not because of Splatoon.
Nishimura versus Kyogoku.
I'm actually gonna go with Nishimura on this one for the sheer volume of fire that was happening in like a 7-year period.
All right, Yokota versus Sakamoto.
This one's fucked up.
Are we gonna kick Sakamoto down to losers?
We might have to. This is actually a really tough one. I'm gonna go with Yokota here, but like this is another one where it's like, man.
Yep. Hayashida versus Tezuka.
Come on!
Hayashida knocked out Miyamoto. What do you want? They're gonna be Miyamoto.
I know, but like at this point,
Tezuka
has to put his foot down here on this one. Because look at that period of Zelda, Mario 2, Mario 3, A Link to the Past, Link's Awakening.
Mario All-Stars Yoshi's Island. Yep.
Then he's like, nah, I'm good. And then they got him back for the Apple game.
Yes. All right. Asuke versus Takahashi. Just gonna go ahead and mark this one.
Yeah. No. This Asuke, I appreciate the billions of dollars you made Nintendo, but
Aonuma versus Kikuchi.
please, for the love of God, send the other Mario Party person to the losers bracket.
Fujibayashi.
Aonuma's just getting to skate by while his other bosses get taken out.
Zelda versus Mario.
I'm gonna give it to Fujibayashi here, just because of the
How many
last
simultaneous projects.
well, the last 7 years, really.
Yeah. All right.
But also he's about to go face his boss.
Yep. All right. Shimizu versus Engelhart.
Do we need to go back to losers, or are we?
No, I'm gonna take winners as far as we can, and then we're gonna go all. Then we're gonna live in losers.
I'm gonna finally send Shimizu to the losers bracket here.
Okay. Engelhart going very far.
Like, and this comes into the. He ever saw the figuring out how to work with Nintendo thing?
Yeah. Nishimura versus Yokota.
Oh, this one's fucked up. This one's fucked up.
Yeah, but you know who's gonna win.
Do I?
Yeah, you do.
I think it's Nishimura.
Wow, that's not who I thought.
But like I'm not sure. Like part of me's like how deep did? Yeah, you code Three Houses is doing a lot of lifting here.
Xenoblade 1, Fossil Fighters Champions, FE Awakening, Xenoblade Chronicles X, FE Fates, FE Echoes. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and Three Houses, all within 10 years.
Like, it's tough because Yokota, like for all the Xenoblade stuff, was directing, but like again, those are Takahashi's projects. Like you are answering to his. You're keeping the train running basically.
Yes,
but
everything Xenoblade Chronicles 1 through Three Houses is 10 years.
Yeah, no, I get that. So yeah, I'll go with that. But like. I think being Takahashi's director is largely like, I'm gonna keep the train running, while Takahashi's like, I want the train to be a mech. It's like, we don't have a budget for a mech. I already bought the mech.
Tezuka versus Takahashi.
Great. This is a fucked up one if I've ever seen it. It's gotta be fucked. Yeah. I hate this. I hate this one so much.
You're sending someone to losers. Who's the bigger loser, Tezuka or Takahashi? Who's worse at directing, James?
Here's my answer to this one. I think Takahashi goes to losers because I suspect that this is a man who is actually like the worst for a director to deal with. Like, I've got a new idea. Fuck.
Yeah, probably.
God fucking did. What do you mean you want 200 hours of music? The game's not 200 hours long. What's wrong with you?
Aonuma versus Fujibayashi.
This is
NES Open Tournament Golf versus Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, it's about the same. Fujibayashi sends his boss to losers.
Sure does. All right. Engelhart versus...
And again, I could just see Aonuma seeing that going, yes!
Engelhart versus Yokota.
All right, bye to Punch Out.
Tezuka versus Fujibayashi.
This one is actually impossible because
you have to. We've got
the sheer amount of classics that Tezuka puts out in that tiny window of time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give it to Tezuka here, and I fully appreciate that this is a.
There's only one that can make it out of losers.
Right, that's a legacy win.
All right, is it Yokota or Tezuka? Who is going into grand finals from winners?
Oh God.
Only one can make it to grand finals.
I'm gonna give it to Tezuka.
Okay.
Just because of all those things going at once. But like this is a no-win situation.
All right, now we're gonna live in losers until we have our other grand final.
This sucks.
Champion, Hino versus Nogami. Look at all these quaint people that are gonna have. Someone's gonna have to go up against Tezuka.
Oh, I know. This is gonna be a disaster. I'm gonna give it to Nogami.
Great. Kondo versus Kiyotake. When are we doing a double elimination bracket for every Nintendo published game? Melanie, I like sleep.
I'm never doing that. Is when that's happening.
I like sleep.
I'm gonna go Kondo here. I think.
Okay. Takahashi versus Yamashita.
Oh.
Mies,
Not that Takahashi.
Mies all the way around.
Yeah, so many fucking me's. So many fucking me's.
Everybody votes channel
Wii
versus
Sports
Check Me Out channel.
Wii Sports Resort is kind of a big deal, I guess. Yeah, I guess Yamashita wins.
Check
I
Me Out
guess.
channel confirmed better than everybody votes.
It's not. Everybody votes is the fucked up one. Everybody votes is the one where it's like pistachio versus death. It's like, wait, hold on, what?
Hattori versus Yabuki.
So it's I made $1 trillion versus
I worked on with 1 trillion different fashion items.
The DLC of 8 is the question here. Like, how much credit do I
The
give
DLC
them keeping...
for 8, but not the DLC for 8 Deluxe.
Right. How much credit do I give them for keeping that thing going for, what, another 6 months? On Wii U, when it was dying? And not missing a beat and getting all that shit out?
Yep.
I think that's going to give them the edge.
Alright, Yabuki.
Like, that's a rough one, because it's like...
Yeah.
The sheer scale of that game went from... It started giant, and then got fucking bigger. But also, this is the person who told us, well, I use the screen to have a horn button so you can press the horn on your screen.
Yes.
And it's like, that doesn't help me. That doesn't tell me... You told me you did something because you did it. That's fucked up. That's not a correct answer.
Amano versus Takemoto.
I'm gonna give it to the new Super Mario Brothers duology of, like, get that shit out.
Okay. We might want to speed up a little bit. I need to be done in 30 minutes.
That's fine. I have a headache, so I probably can't go 30 minutes.
Yamagami Suzuki.
Oh, God. So much stuff. This is so much stuff versus, no, I actually have so much stuff.
Yeah, but there's more variety with Suzuki.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Suzuki for the volume of stuff.
Koizumi versus Holiday.
This is rough, but Koizumi gets to advance on the power of Flipnote Studio.
Hell yeah. Jump Rope Challenge versus Oyaki.
No. Jump Rope Challenge got its credit. It's done.
Kojima versus Ando.
Ooh, no, this is Kojima. We're going to run into them having to deal with their own boss again.
Iwamoto versus Abe.
Ooh. I'm going to go with Iwamoto here.
Great.
Because Spirit Tracks came out fast as shit.
Nishiya versus Ito.
God. That's so much Mario Party. That's so much hitting your deadlines Mario Party. Go Nishiya. Congratulations.
Okada versus Hone.
Ooh. Okada through just sheer volume of stuff in such a tight window.
Kudo versus Hiratake.
Oh, this one's really hard, actually. I'm going to say Kudo because of Sticker Star and Color Splash back-to-back like that. Like, I understand people don't like Sticker Star, but, like, they did it. They got it fucking done.
Matsushita Shimizu.
Jesus, these collections. All right,
Fire Emblem Heroes versus Snoopy Concert and Racing.
The thing is, like, I kind of want to go Snoopy Concert. No, we'll go with Matsushita here, but only because of Heroes.
I mean, yeah, that's the most meaningful thing he's ever done. Oshino versus Matsunaga. Mario Maker versus Punch You in the Face.
Shit, I'm gonna get punched in the face. I'm gonna go with Mario Maker because it is a completely insane product.
Miyamoto versus Kono.
All right, Miyamoto, you can advance here. You're fine. I'm not knocking you out yet. You get to advance.
Nogami versus Kando.
Ooh. Horror. Yeah, I guess Animal Crossing continues. It's close, but yeah.
Yamashita versus Yabuki.
Oh, how much? Well, I'll say how much further can Mario Kart carry you, but in this round, easily.
Yes. That's a pretty easy buy for Yabuki. Takemoto versus Suzuki.
We keep running into people who are here because they had easy runs.
Yes.
I'm gonna say Suzuki because the sheer amount of shit they had to get out in a relatively short time frame.
Koizumi versus Oyagi.
This one's really unfair. Is Oyagi's not the main director of the Mario Kart games though, are they?
Yes. For Wii,
Oh, okay.
For Wii, he definitely is. Mario Kart DS, he is.
Oh, alright, it makes it tough. I'm gonna say from a pure directorial standpoint, Oyagi can take this one.
Yep. Again, we're not saying who's the most important employee. We're saying who's the best director.
Or who made the best games.
Yeah. Kojima Iwamoto.
I'm actually gonna say Iwamoto on this one.
All right. See ya, Kojima. You're out.
Only because of the primary role here.
Yes. Oh, we can finally kick out Mario Party because here's
Thank
someone else
God!
that's done a lot of shit.
Or saved by Alleyway.
Kudo versus Matsushita.
Oh. I'm gonna give this one to Kudo.
Keep going, Kudo. How far can you go, Kudo?
I think I know what the next matchup is, and I have a suspicion that is the answer to your question.
Mario Maker versus Miyamoto. Can you make a better Super Mario Brothers than Miyamoto?
No. Miyamoto wins. Congratulations.
All right, next up, we have Hayashida versus Nogami.
I'm going to say this is Hayashida's here.
Yeah, Hayashida. Great fucking run there. Asuke versus Yabuki.
Oh. Hey, I made $1 billion. Hey, I made $1 billion.
Yep.
We made $1 billion together.
And both of these are only 2 games.
I'm gonna say Asuke here, and basically because they did one, and then they immediately they basically blew up 2 systems at the same time, or back to back.
Melanie. Have a good night. Kikuchi versus Suzuki.
Get this fucking Mario Party shit out of here. No, unfortunately, the Mario Party shit gets to stick around.
Oh damn, we're kicking Suzuki out.
All right, so I think so because of the machine. Like it's pure directorial capability.
God. All right.
Motherfuckers directed 1 million games.
Motakura versus Oyagi.
This one is rough. I'm gonna say Motakura. That's a rough one. Odyssey is such a huge project.
Yes. Cuthbert versus Iwamoto.
Oh, Iwamoto.
Bye, Cuthbert.
I appreciate your in-person voice chat or video chat.
Enjoy this. Sakaguchi Okada.
Oh.
Directed Tetris.
Yeah, did.
Directed Cardboard.
I'm gonna go with the Cardboard. I think that's more impressive than fucking Kicks.
Kyogoku versus Kudo.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's the end of Kudo.
Sorry, Kudo.
Like, freshly picked Tingle's Rosy Rupee Land can only take you so far.
Sakamoto versus Miyamoto.
It's weird. Like, it feels like Miyamoto's rounds are getting easier now.
He had a really hard seat. In
Yeah.
course.
Miyamoto gets to deal with Sakamoto's bullshit, which is probably something he has to do every day anyway.
Yes. Hayashida versus Asuke.
It's Metroid time. Oh God.
Metroid doesn't deserve that.
I'm gonna say Hayashida.
Yep.
I just like the idea of Sakamoto walking in and the way he talks, which is its own thing.
Yes.
Going, it's Metroid time, and everybody going, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Kikuchi the Machine versus Motokura Mario.
Mario finally deals with the machine.
Uh-huh.
The machine is dealt with.
Iwamoto versus Sakaguchi.
Oh. This one's really hard.
Yep.
I'm gonna say Iwamoto here because he understood the assignment. If that makes sense.
Yep. Kyogoku versus Miyamoto.
Kyogoku. Oof. I'm gonna say New Leaf was doing a lot of lifting.
Yep.
I'm gonna say we've hit the end of that dealing with Super Mario 64.
Fair.
So I'm gonna give it to Miyamoto here.
All right.
Because New Horizons is fine, but like that game came out
that was
hot
timing.
that
Yes.
came out hot as fuck.
Shimizu versus Hayashida. This one doesn't feel especially close.
Yeah, why are we still here?
Because Shimizu got eliminated from winners so late
Yeah, there we go.
that it got a very huge buy in losers. Nishimura versus Motokura.
This one's actually really tough. I'm gonna go with Motokura because of the scale of these games more than anything.
Yep.
The resources that had to be wrangled.
Takahashi versus Iwamoto.
Speaking of the resources that had to be wrangled.
Takahashi it is.
Yeah. Although he's also the problem.
Yep.
The director is his own problem.
Hey, Joe.
Yeah. My boss versus my boss's boss.
Aonuma versus Miyamoto.
I'm gonna give it to Miyamoto here.
Yeah. All right. Hayashida versus Motokura. Galaxy 2 3D Land 3D World, 3D World Odyssey, and 3D World plus Bowser's Fury.
Motherfuckers. I see. So you've both played the reversal card on each other. Interesting.
This was bound to happen, and I'm very happy that we finally got this matchup.
So you both have hands of nothing but reversal cards. Very, very curious.
Galaxy 2 in 14 months, Mario Odyssey launch.
Mario Odyssey launch and Bowser's Fury not
Yes.
that long after.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Motokura here. It's not easy. It's not easy. This one's bonkers.
Takahashi versus Miyamoto. Both of them are the problem. Both of them are the problem.
I am my own problem. Takahashi's definitely the problem. Takahashi is always the problem, isn't he?
Yes, they're both the problem.
Both of these men walk into the room and their team immediately covers their head because, oh God, what's he got?
Imagine Miyamoto giving notes to Monolith on Xenoblade. Says GX.
I'm trying to imagine what he would even... That game is inscrutable to him.
Yeah, I think he would just be like, why is there so much talking? And Takahashi would say, that's enough out of you, thank you.
He'd be like, yeah, I need to add more talking. Yes, I understand. One of these people made a race of individuals who are obsessed with pizza and then get assassinated and decide they're going to make a hard-boiled detective novel.
Yes.
In the middle of the game for no reason whatsoever.
Yes.
one of these people invented 3 genres.
Yes.
But that's not what we're here to talk about right now. We're here to talk about who solves the biggest problems that are also themselves. It's amazing because both of them get credit for problem solving problems of their own design.
Both of them became their own boss so that no one would tell them no.
So if either of them didn't create those problems, things would be better. But no, they must create problems.
And also, whoever loses here is hard eliminated.
Yep.
Miyamoto did not direct a theme park.
I'm gonna give it to Takahashi because he refuses to give up the reins while also holding all the other reins like a true psychopath.
Great. All right. Fujibayashi versus Motokura.
This is fucked up.
Tears of the Kingdom
This is
versus
just
Odyssey.
fucked up. Fujibayashi's just like, no, I want to make the biggest game again. So yeah, he gets this one.
See, here's the thing. Fujibayashi, you know, it's easy to say, well, he did Breath of the Wild and then Tears of the Kingdom. That's just because the next hardware isn't ready.
Right.
We don't know what Motokura's next game is.
Oh, no, I know. But we also know that
Yeah.
Fujibayashi's also working on some insanely expansive and completely ridiculous project.
We'll see that in 6 years.
Oh, yeah. No. But we know what's coming. It's something bigger than Tears of the Kingdom.
Yes, probably.
Now, as of right now, Fujibayashi is the king of just wrangling things.
So
Because-
Fujibayashi?
Yeah.
All right.
Motokura never said, you know what I'm going to do? I want to make 2 games at the same time.
Englehart versus Takahashi.
This is so one-sided.
That's a massacre right there.
This is
Fujibayashi
so-
versus Takahashi.
Oh God! The man who made Fujibayashi's greatest games possible versus the man who actually was able to deliver the games with content.
Yep.
Oh, so Takahashi is the problem.
Yep.
Is definitely the issue here.
Fujibayashi
Takahashi-
profited from those problems.
That's right. Takahashi is the root cause of all of this. But that's not his director role doing that. That's the creative part of him doing that.
He made a batshit decision about his studio's priorities for X that ended up creating Breath of the Wild by accident.
Yes. This one's really hard because they effectively, both of them essentially burnish the credentials of the other one.
Yeah, no, they work together.
They are a team of people Nintendo acquired by accident, effectively.
Yeah, Fujibayashi specifically applied and got hired, but yes.
Yeah. This is a really fucked up one, and I hate it. I'm gonna say for pure, like, I'm delivering the thing when it needs to get out.
Mm-hmm.
How many times did Breath of the Wild get delayed?
2.
How many times did Xenoblade X get delayed?
3.
Neither of these men can hit their timelines!
The Wii U was really hard to hit your timeline during.
It's true.
Everything else has hit timeline.
Yeah. Xenoblade 2 hit the timeline very hard. It hit the timeline so hard.
It was
At the
not
time-
ready for that timeline.
The timeline hit back.
Yeah, it sure did. They compromised so much in that game so that it could hit that year.
I'm gonna give it to Fujibayashi here.
All right.
That one's not easy because neither of them are capable of their success without the other one, I think.
Yokota versus Fujibayashi.
This is fucked up right now.
If you do Yokota, then the grand finals is the same exact as the winners finals.
The funny thing, all right, so the really
Very
funny thing here is Yokota is going to get credit for a lot of work of the person who Fujibayashi just eliminated.
Yes! It sure has all of those games on it except for Xenoblade 3.
I'm going to give it to Fujibayashi here because much more direct role on a lot of these titles
Okay.
versus the Nintendo supervisor. Like, hey, what's going on over at Monolith right now? What are they doing on that project? He just spent another $100 million. God damn it!
So, Fujibayashi, who was knocked out by Tezuka, but but beat Tezuka in this when you thought about it some more.
Yeah, no, that happened.
Is now in the grand finals against Takashi Tezuka.
This is so stupid. This is so stupid.
Is it?
This is
Zelda
remarkably
1, A Link to the
unfair.
Past, Link's Awakening, or is it Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom?
All right, so here's my argument for each one. Fujibayashi's is obvious, like just consistently producing, like critically acclaimed, gigantic fucking games.
Yes.
With a reporting structure that goes Aonuma Miyamoto, which must be like the worst reporting structure in the world, because Aonuma's going to show up all the time with, it'd be really fun, and Miyamoto's going to show up occasionally and go, "Why are you doing that?"
Yes.
And the answer might be, Aonuma told me to.
It probably is, in fact.
Which like, oh, good, great, awesome. Versus Tezuka, who was managing all these games when none of the resources that they have now are available. Like, that's the other part that we really haven't put a lot of thought into. Like, at the time these games were being made, one, the templates weren't there. But two, Nintendo was a much smaller company in terms of what resources they had and stuff like that. So I imagine the director had a much more hands-on role.
Oh, absolutely.
On day-to-day stuff. Also, some of these games on Tezuka's list are like all-time greats.
And then there's Yoshi's Island.
Yeah, well, and Mario Run.
And Mario Run is fine. It's not an all-time great, but it's fine.
Yeah.
I think Yoshi's Island is just bad.
Tezuka hasn't directed a game in like 10 years. And before that it had been what, like 15?
1995 to 2016. So that's 21 years.
21 years.
He took 21 years off, and it's been 8 cents.
Yeah, I said like 10. I feel pretty good about that. So like this is what we will say at best an occasional director.
Yeah, he's pretty much graduated.
Versus Fujibayashi, who just won't stop.
Tezuka is an executive who got excited about phones. And wanted to get the band back together, and so Super Mario Run got together as many, like everyone that made those classic Mario games that was still at Nintendo went on Mario Run. Like Miyamoto was very heavily involved in that relative to his usual involvement. Tezuka directed it, etc., etc., etc. Yeah,
being a director for Fujibayashi's projects, with the exception of Oracle of Seasons, well, even Oracle Season Ages is because it was 2 games is nuts. But being a director now is essentially a different job than when Tezuka was doing it.
Yep. But he's done that job too. With Mario Run.
Yeah. Yeah. No, he has. Fuck, I don't know. This is like...
This is every time... It's the hardest one.
Yeah, I know. Well, it doesn't have to be. But like, I sit there and like, there's 2 ways to slice it. And one way it's obvious, and if I slice the other way, it's obvious.
Yep.
But I get different answers.
Yep.
Tezuka, there's no controversy on it. Just saying, like, Tezuka's the best director. Be like, oh, Tezuka, yeah, great, of course, Tezuka. Fujibayashi...
Up from losers.
Losers. Yeah. But we knew that was a risk. Like, we knew he was going to run into Takahashi once we saw where the losers bracket was going. And it was a question of who gets through that.
I mean, he already did he lost to Takahashi, and then he won against Takahashi, because none of this makes sense.
Well, yeah, because then it became a question of, wait a minute. One of these people is their own stumbling block. 2, 3, and A Link to the Past and Link's Awakening are so
Japan.
fucking... Yeah, I know.
Yeah, just make sure everyone in the chat knows.
Yeah. That's the fucked up Mario.
Yes, that's the Mario that hates you.
Mario for super players. Like, that is such a fucking run.
Yeah.
Like, that's such a run.
And Mario 3 was made with a skeleton team because most of the rest of the Mario team went to go make World, which was in simultaneous development.
And then he rolls into All-Stars.
No, then
Which
he
is-
rolls into a Link to the fucking Past.
Oh yeah, I sorry, I mentioned that one earlier, but yeah, I didn't mention it
Yes.
this time. Yes, Link to the Past and Link's Awakening, then All Stars.
Yep.
He goes back to Mario.
And then he takes on Mario World 2,
Yep.
and then dips for 21 years.
I think that's what it is to me. I think it's that they can deploy him to anything, and they felt like it was going to be fine, and it was.
And they weren't worried that he would be rusty after 21 years.
Yeah, they just deployed him to whatever. They're like, Excite Bike, Zelda, Mario, 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 Zelda, Zelda, Mario, Mario, and then a long break, and then Mario again. Like, honestly, I don't even know what Tezuka does day to day. He probably doesn't have to do anything because his career achievement is so long that they're just like, yeah, whatever.
He's an executive producer on basically every game.
Yeah.
He
Which means
basically is
he reviews
sits
stuff.
next to Miyamoto, except when Miyamoto fucks off of games, he doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Like,
think he's
it's-
literally also titled Creative Fellow.
Yeah, he is. They both are.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically like they trusted him with anything, and he delivered it every time.
Yeah.
And that's like, this isn't a condemnation to Fujitabayashi, whose resume
Yes.
is insane.
Me sitting here and saying that Yoshi's Island is like I don't like it is not me saying that he did not knock it out of the park on every single assignment. Like
They turned that game around fast as shit, too.
they turn it around fast. They use the bespoke hardware chip inside of it to great effect. A lot of people like that game. A lot of people are wrong, but a lot of people like that game. It sold well. It was received well.
Him stopping directing also isn't a statement about his quality as a director.
It's not like the person
he-
that got 20 roles and then Pokemon Box and then never again.
Yeah, he just had other things. They needed him somewhere else, basically.
Yeah, he needed to go supervise the N64.
Yeah, they needed him on many things, not one thing, and that became his role.
Fujibayashi.
Which
has not
Zelda
yet
is the
reached that.
best Zelda? There isn't one. That's the answer to that question.
So it's Tezuka?
Yeah.
All right,
No,
the greatest director of all time, Takashi Tezuka for Nintendo. James Jones.
Who probably doesn't even think of himself as a director.
No, I'm going to hit end the tournament, lock it in.
Sure. I legitimately, if you asked him, like, what do you say you do here? He'd probably just shrug.
First place, Takashi Tezuka 8-0. Second place, Fujibayashi 7-2. Third place, Genki Yokota 5-2.
Fucking Fossil Fighters wins the day.
That is somehow the funniest. All right, we should.
I mean, that's just volume of fire stuff
Yes.
there.
All right, thank you so much for joining us, everyone. This was a lot of fun. Thank you, James, for joining on short notice.
Yep.
Good night, everyone.
Night.